hours because I'm kind of we kind of stopped at a point where things are kind of like directionless at the moment,
Mm-hmm.
and
Yeah.
I haven't had a lot of energy. Excuse me, with a lot of stuff going on to like fake plot a trajectory and write for this campaign.
I imagine also the thing is, I imagine that we'll also have some time padded out with us, like feeling out how the system actually feels.
Yeah, that's gonna
Yeah.
be
This is
like
this is us waking up after cryo sleep and stretching our legs.
Yeah.
because the last time we ended, it was you guys went to Post Island to figure out something that had happened, to figure out why the letters weren't flying. And you found out that it had been overrun with those space warping red crystals, and that you found a pair some the dungeon and it was infested with red carbink, and then
Right.
two of them were found with the postmaster Braviary, and you fought Braviary and the carbinks, and you broke the nearby crystals, beat the carbinks, and knocked Braviary out and brought him back to his senses.
And I got his hat.
Yeah, I don't believe we talked at all. I think we just literally knocked him out.
Yeah.
But it's also been
2 months.
God. When is the last time we had a chance to play this game?
September 13th.
Oh, thank. Oh my lord. How do we want to jump into this? Do we want to?
Do we want to wake him up? Or,
Yeah,
I guess wait for him to wake up?
Oh my god, our friend
over,
is
like...
loaded. Don't worry, she'll be okay.
Oh
I
god.
think. No, yeah. Let's start by getting into character. We have poor Braviary knocked out, and
Mischievous
Marie
exploded.
will be like, Marie will give them like a little like poke, like considerate poke on the face, and be like, I think we should maybe like move them into somewhere comfortable.
Oh shit.
I think I would also like to be moved to somewhere comfortable. I believe we lost a lot of health in that dungeon.
Yeah, that's true. I guess everyone in this room does need a break.
I'm becoming
Yeah.
alive.
It's a good
Sorry.
idea.
You're becoming a what?
No, don't listen to me. I'm not in character. I said I'm becoming alive. I'm loading. There I am.
Who said that?
I'm just thinking of the Mushu gif.
Okay, I'm here now.
Thinking
As
of
a
the
reminder, just
heaviest
at the
dead.
scene, you're kind of at the top of Post Island, which is this kind of the top of this like this big spire of a mountain, where kind of you see the landscape all around you, and sort of this flat top. Where nearby, there's of course kind of the entrance down into Post Island, and there is sort of a Braviary's office is nearby, which is sort of this like kind of like almost like a house is kind of just like cobbled out of rocks, kind of stacked up and around to form kind of a room.
Hmm.
Would we all be okay resting on the flat plane, or would we like to go inside of the shelter?
I think inside is a good idea.
Yeah, shelter makes sense.
Well, be careful. I think it is an office built for one.
Is there any other rooms?
It's fairly sizable.
Yeah, Braviary's a big bird, and we're all pretty.
Shelter's important against the elements.
This is true.
Huddling for warmth is a good idea, anyways.
I do not suggest huddling against me, but I will encourage you all to huddle.
Oh, okay.
I think Mareep now will at least like, oh gosh, how would they do it? Like
What?
just like gentle like mouth nibble like on like their shoulder or something, and is just having to just try and drag Braviary in. It's like, can someone get the carbinks? We should remember them too.
Oh god. Are the carpets
Oh.
still here, or did they? I remember
left.
something weird happening at the end of the fight.
I think
Didn't
they
they
just
go
like
dormant?
pacified.
It turned off.
Or
The carbon turned black and smoky, and the red crystals disappeared. Okay, so they are still there.
Yeah.
Noodle will go and gently wrap up one of the carbines and start lugging.
Solosis begins trying to roll them toward the cave, but due to their shape, they're kind of rolling in a circle.
Yeah.
But if they huddle, won't they evolve?
Rolls off the cliff. Ugh.
Doctor, what online resource are you using to generate the most pathetic actions possible?
My heart.
Aww.
Wow.
You see, Solosis kind of spins them around in a circle around 3 times, goes, and just kind of does that mouth thing they do when they bite, and grabs them by the pointy end, and kind of drags them backwards. You hear both Solosis and the Carbinks going against the stone.
You know what? They're rock. They're fine.
You go back and check the trail, and there are a couple of chips off of their crystals. That's not canon. I can't do that. I'm not strong enough.
The
Oh
cogs,
no.
the cogs yearn for the mines.
Okay.
I think like when Mareep gets Braviary inside, whenever Braviary wakes up, what they'll be met with is Mareep using one of their own feathers to like fan their face.
Inside is it is a fairly spacious interior, kind of generally circular, kind of partially bisected by a desk, but kind of like a desk, basically a desk with a pair of like roosts on the other side for the Braviary to like sit. There's a couple like logs that have been fashioned like out of the walls to kind of like a perch, like kind of almost like steps going up to a little like perch that's kind of higher up on the wall, clearly for sleeping. Other than that, there are various kind of like shelves, a map of the region sort of displayed proudly on a wall, a couple small seating areas, very much a very comfortable little area.
Kind of like a large. It almost feels like more like an apartment, in that it has everything.
The penthouse
Kind of,
suite.
yeah.
Or like an office space with a tuckaway bed.
Yeah.
Which,
Their
no
desk
offense,
folds out
Maria.
into a
we're
bed.
gonna get them up there.
Well, the floor is mostly kind of the hard packed kind of dirt and rock with kind of a carpet of moss kind of on either side of the desk.
Moss carpet seems comfortable enough. It'll like, kind of like swirling around. She's also having a little trouble dragging without hands. Just, circling around a little more effectively because she has at least length, and deposits the carbink on the moss carpet, which at least seems soft.
All right, you deposit the carbink there.
Solosis, it goes by their side and clinks them together like 2 glasses,
Tink, tink.
removing it from their mouth. They take together, and Solosis goes,
Ah, yes, together again.
Do we have any? Do we have any berries left over? Maybe that would help.
I have nothing on me.
Let me double check.
I have an apple, but that doesn't seem like it would wake somebody up.
Oh, that's apples.
I only have a bunch of my camping supplies.
Who would think about eating an apple? I mean, really. Oh no, I have no orange berries. So sad.
I think we used them in the fight.
Yeah.
I think we really needed them. So I believe that we might be out of them.
I really hope they don't wake up and are still possessed. That would be, that was quite a hard fight. And I don't want to do it again.
Well,
Well,
if
we at
Master
least broke them
Braviary,
for the Carbinks.
if Master Braviary wakes up, perhaps they can assist in the battle as well.
Has anyone noticed any more nearby?
Carbinks?
Well, I guess carbinks, but any of the crystals.
Oh. Oh.
Hmm.
Of course.
I think
Then
we-
that might have just been mostly it.
Audrey, it's
Mhm.
been several months. Remind me, did we see actual crystals or was it only red carving? Or did we
You
see
did. There were crystals because you watched some of the when you beat the carbink, the crystals like kind of just like turned that similar kind to that similar like blacky, smoky quartz kind of material, and then kind of just like disintegrated.
Yeah, we use them as
Gotcha. Okay.
fighting
interesting.
materials.
We fought fire with fire.
Fire with fire with
We
fire.
fought fire by jumping on the fire into the fire.
If I look at Bravieri's desk, do I see anything about what they were doing before they got taken over by red crystals? Or if they had mentioned like the mail delays, or if we think this was probably just sudden, but it's probably worth it to check, right?
Not really, though. You do see a nearby kind of like one of the shelves is absolutely stuffed with like papers and
Oh.
parchments. Oh, I couldn't,
You know, I
couldn't
started out
get
when I
another
talked about
ride.
actually.
Pardon?
Oh, Needle's just looking at that being like, you know what, I've decided I don't want to read all that paper actually. That's a lot. And probably mail.
I don't want to read. Fuck it.
Maybe ignorance is bliss.
Although I guess I will take one piece of paper off the shelf and just confirm if it's like, is this outgoing mail?
You see a sealed envelope.
Okay, yeah. This is
Perhaps
what
we
was
could check the packages to see if anybody's mailed an Oranberry.
It's a federal crime, but listen, it's a medical emergency. Oh, we were talking about mouthwashing, weren't we?
Mouthwashing is good for your health.
Yes.
Make sure to brush your teeth, everyone. That's what we're talking about, right?
Mhm.
Yeah,
Mhm.
Yes.
you got it.
That's the commercial break.
Hey kids, it's me, Carly. Make sure to brush your teeth. I know I do.
Doesn't mouthwash corrode the outside shell of an egg?
Well, I'm not going to be in the
Was
egg
that in
forever.
character? I don't think we have mouthwash. I'm
Celeste is
scared.
looking into the camera, not addressing anybody.
Unfortunately, most Pokemon do not brush their teeth, but fortunately, they eat nothing with like concentrated processed sugars, so you're fine.
No,
Right.
we eat exclusively apples.
Oh.
That is great.
And vegetables.
And meat.
You basically have a similar diet to most medieval peasants.
Yeah. Like apples, veggies, bread.
Maybe get some bread in this bitch.
If
Yeah,
we
Sorry, I
get
should have
one
said that in
Doritos
Celeste's voice. That would have been
Locos,
funnier.
if we get one Doritos Locos, it's all over for
We're
Shell.
all going to die.
I'll dies of Doritos Locos overdose.
Ah!
Sorry, guys. I don't have enough.
feel great, and then they explode.
I'm sorry, everyone. I don't have.
Dorito dust.
I don't have enough special defense to survive eating Doritos Locos taco.
Doing it well.
I don't think most humans do.
Coming out of my shell, feeling Doritos Locos.
Tacos.
Tacos. This is Bird gonna wake
But
up.
yeah, so you find yourself in this. It is a cozy office.
Is Braviary the type to keep office snacks around? Maybe he has an Oranberry somewhere here. I guess. Can we? Well, I guess it would. We could use our new character sheets, right? Would be
Wow.
something
yeah.
to find.
Our new character sheets.
Where'd those
Yeah,
go?
new one.
Shit.
I have them open for me.
Okay.
I have mine open.
I think is
Did
the
we
thing
share
to
them
find.
somewhere?
I'm exceptionally robust. I think they're pinned.
I put my sheet in my Google Doc
Yeah.
Yeah, I've
because I
got
think we
mine
just
in my-
all took the
Yeah, I
generic
don't
one.
know how the heck we're gonna
Yeah.
get things into Foundry if we were even going to bother. 'cause
We are not, because there's no way this thing has Foundry support.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, we
like-
would have to make it ourselves, and we're not doing that. We can just
We're-
look at the sheet and roll the dice.
We are doing this old. We're doing this old school where the sheet. We think the Foundry is our virtual tabletop and ends there.
All right, next session, don't forget to print out your character sheets and bring it to the table.
I hate that because of my memory, I've gone from the person who probably obsessed over the new system the most to I don't remember any of it.
Yeah.
So
It's been
Hey,
2 months.
I'm right there with you.
yeah.
I took like a brief glance at the sheet again before we started, like 10 minutes before the game, and then other than that,
I combed back
Where
through it, and
are
it's like, it is simple. There's
Yeah.
not that much weeds to get lost in.
What skill
I
would you
would
like to
like
use to
roll a
search?
forage, because that's the finding things skill.
I think. Well, what are you looking for? The
Um,
secret stash? It would probably be awareness.
Awareness. Okay. Can I also bonus? I don't know if this group minds. I can finally. This system is finally not complicated enough. I feel like I can use my real dice.
Wow.
I'm gonna use my real dice that I had picked out from Noodle from the very beginning, and then
Let me quickly find how these things work. These skill checks.
Yeah. It's like
It is
it's
anything
like
above a 10 is a success.
Yeah, but what is
it's classic powered by the apocalypse.
so it's just like plus. You just add whatever your skill points are.
Reasonably certain,
Yeah.
yeah. 2d6 plus your skill level.
Okay.
I have nothing in awareness, so I'm just rolling straight. I'm just looking around. I will argue, if I remember correctly, forage is also what you use to find things in dungeon, so it's not just out in the wilderness. If I can waylay into that.
Let me look here.
And one of the examples is finding a dropped item. It is definitely about wilderness as well, but I believe it is also dungeon.
It's about like looking for things in an environment.
Yes.
Okay, then yeah, sure. Go ahead with foraging. I didn't kind of know that. I think I hear foraging and I think, oh, that's like
Oh, for sure.
forage.
How you
Foraging.
picked berries, yeah.
I remembered that because I specifically took it because Doodle is the finder of things. Uh-oh. That's a 6? Oh, the 1 and a 3 on the die, plus 2.
Uh-oh.
Which
That is a failure.
well.
Fail at what you do, what you are trying to do, what you can, and you cannot try again unless something changes.
You know, maybe I'm not
Searching
the best at
around.
searching through objects.
Yeah, looking around the office. You don't really find like the obvious hiding places for food. Don't have any. And like you don't smell anything. Everything else is either like too packed to like hold anything significant. There is a very big portrait of Braviary,
Classic.
but
I
that's
do
it.
look behind that portrait. I don't care what the dice say. I do look behind that portrait.
No, you see nothing.
It's a wall.
It's a wall.
So sad.
It's nothing.
Is it a nice wall?
Picture.
How nice is
It's
the
a
wall?
fairly nice wall. This is like, for what it is, like the rock like
Well
hut
kept, no,
is very well
no water
made.
damage.
Noodle, be careful. I don't believe you have the hands to put that painting back up.
She's like, she did that thing where she like just squished her face in behind the picture. She didn't even didn't take it off the wall. Like, I don't see anything back here.
Like the cars from Cars.
That might be why
putting
you
up
didn't see anything
paintings.
back there.
Okay.
Do we move bravery?
Let's just head down.
Mareep did. Reeb moved them
Vanessa.
inside.
Okay.
I don't think they're on the moss carpet, but Bravery did make it in the office.
Moss.
Check it. I'm on the moss-like carpet.
I'm on the
Yeah.
Moss-like carpet.
like carpet. Check
They
it
don't seem
out.
the type to. You know, if they get a crick in their neck, I think they'll be fine as long as they wake up.
They're at least inside.
Yeah.
Not dead.
I'm
Which
not
is-
sure about the internal structure of her bravery, if they can get anything in their neck.
It what?
We were worried about them getting a crick in their neck.
Oh,
They certainly look like they're not. That's not the most comfortable sleeping position, but I mean, I'm sure they'll be fine.
I
think
believe we do not have a choice.
you an
Yeah.
alien?
Me?
Yeah.
Is that your theorem?
What's an alien?
Yes.
I suppose I am an alien life form of sorts,
Knew it.
being a psychic type and all.
That's not what I meant. Never mind. You bore me now.
What are we talking about?
I think psychic types are aliens, aren't
I was talking about Solosis. Sorry.
they? Yeah.
I thought aliens were the ones with the antennas coming out of their head. Or is that bug types?
Yes. 100%. Wait, no, not bug
Ah.
types.
Both.
I am not a bug type.
Mm.
I'm learning so much.
Ichigo's looking at Noodle when they said both.
Noodle has some interesting takes.
Some bugs do have antennae.
All bugs is what they said though.
Oh,
That's
so
what my
you're
bug
the one
friend
who was
told me.
reincarnated.
Oh yeah, Ichigo doesn't have an antenna, huh?
Hmm. Racism.
Not in their head.
Starting the counter.
I was about to say, start the racism counter.
Again.
But yeah, otherwise, you're all sitting here where you all look over like Braviary's fine. It's just like laying on their side, like one wing like way outstretched, other one's like crumpled under their head. It's just like their tongue sticking out. It's
I was gonna say, yeah, like some drool.
Braviary death pose.
Ugh. I
Ichigo's
think
gonna
there's nothing for it but time.
Ichigo's gonna push them with their foot.
push, and they just kind of they are unconscious.
Okay, they're not waking. They're not gonna wake up anytime soon.
Shell, I know your parents deal in medicine. Do you know anything about it? Have you?
Well, definitely I know some. I don't know if I know enough medicine to help Carbinks wake back up, but I can absolutely try.
I do not believe we want the Carpings to wake up.
Understood.
More risky.
I almost forgot out of character that I do have some heal invested in. I think Marie will go. Let me try at least getting Braviary back on their feet proper here, and like, well, I will now attempt a heal check to at least get Braviary back conscious.
Yay!
You know what? Do I have dice on me? Not on me. I'll just do it in the system then.
Oh, I don't have dice.
They're all across the room.
Ooh.
I believe that is a partial success.
It is.
You succeeded what you were trying to do, but the success comes with a caveat. The narrator decides.
Braviary's now in a
choose-
coma.
DM decides. Well, I'm gonna let in fucking, excuse me, true powered of the apocalypse system. I'm gonna let you choose one, which is while succeeding, you make things more difficult for yourself later. While succeeding, you embarrass yourself, and succeeding will take a long time.
You poop yourself, idiot.
I think I have an idea. I think what I'll do is that will be in a sense kind of the first one, and like it's like Marie like making sure there's like nothing like knocked out or in a bad place on Braviary, like, making sure that they're like in overall good medical condition, and Marie just like, I hope they don't hate me too much for this, and just like puts like
Look.
basically their head like kind of like on like maybe like their head,
Up there.
chest or shoulder a little bit, and like the equivalent of a defibrillator just goes through the Braviary.
Par-
I think Braviary will just like the eyes go wide as they wake with with a loud scream,
uh,
jolting
Sorry.
upright,
Oh, were you trying to double tap?
Sorry.
shaking their head, and they look over at all of you and just like flap their wings, like, "Who goes there?"
I don't think you did it well enough. Hit him again.
Sorry. Like, I think Mareep is like actively like walking away, like trotting away behind the desk. Sorry.
we are your saviors. You may thank us anytime.
I can do a round 2. That's fine.
Good morning. How much do you remember from the last, however long you've been knocked out?
He looks at all of you, he's like, "Who are you?
Huh?
Where
I
did
feel
you
like
come from?
The door.
You're not postman."
We're
Yes, you're guild members.
Guild members, yeah.
The guild?
Yes,
There's no guild anymore.
there is.
Been closed down for ages.
Incorrect.
And it got remade in the last week.
That is correct.
News to me.
Well, we came here because
Prove it.
of the new-
Oh, hold on. I've got
If
the
anyone is
things.
going to receive news, it would be you, the person who delivers it.
Hold on, I've got the things. Where? Hold on.
Yeah.
That's why it also helps to have a healthy dose of skepticism in my line of work.
Oh, smart, smart. Don't want to spread misinformation.
Seth is gonna produce the guild seal. Here, this. What you're looking for?
The Braviary kind of cranes their head forward and looks at it with a close eye. It's like, haven't seen one of these in a long time.
Yeah, that.
All right, I'll believe you for now.
Okay.
Now, what's this business shocking me?
So do
Oh,
we
you're-
just like tell him or what?
You are under the
You are
control of the red.
unconscious.
You are under the control of the red crystals. We saved you. You're welcome.
There's been an unfortunate outbreak of these crystals making Pokemon go wild and
Yes,
out
I'm
of
aware of this
control.
much.
Yes,
Oh, okay.
that happened to you.
Kind of raises a wing to their chin. Well, the great crystals may have found its way to Post Island, but I sincerely doubt that I fell to their influence.
It's right behind you.
You definitely did.
It's very
Yeah,
close.
do
It's
you-
very
We'll
like
agree to disagree then.
okay.
You know what?
There are
That's
more
fine.
important things to deal with.
Correct.
And immediately the Braviary just like pushes through and just like starts to make their way out of the office.
Oh.
Kind of looking, their head kind of briefly turning to the to the shelf stuffed full of papers and parchments, kind of wincing a bit.
Yeah, that's kind of why we came here. Is the mail stopped for quite a while.
Because it was dangerous. My postman couldn't get anywhere without being attacked.
Get postman?
Do you?
I don't pay.
What?
Speaking of your postman, are these Carbink part of the post office?
Absolutely not. They're new to me.
Well, they were all over the place and quite infested themselves.
That will have to be dealt with.
No.
Leave it to us, the guild. I think.
Yeah, we can bury a body, right?
That wasn't what what?
I don't know what energy we're going off here. You just said deal with it.
So, clearly you came to, you heard of my disposition and came to rescue the postal service, yes?
Yes.
Actually, yeah.
So,
What would you need to make it so that mail could happen again? That your flyers could travel safely?
kind of crosses their wings, kind of seems to think a bit moment. Well, we would need protection. My people can only do so much to protect themselves against brutes flying around.
Mm.
That's very fair.
Kind of looks over all of you. And I can see only one among you can have any sort of flying capability. What are the rest of your guild?
I can fly. You don't know.
We do not have enough members to have a squad that flies.
But we could work on recruiting some, maybe.
A good
could
place to
recruit.
start. As
We
soon
could
as you can guarantee the safety of our deliveries, then I can start up the post again.
Mm.
So much as it pains me to leave the world without our service, I need to look out for my people.
That's fair.
We will inform you of any places that we clear of the red crystals, so that your deliveries there may be safe. Our first suggestion is the home of Dragonite.
We really seem to be offering that guy's home a lot, huh?
Do you know where the old guild was?
The old guild?
We've set up there, and it's clear enough.
Not offhand, but I'm sure I could find some old documents that tell us where it is.
It's like over
Yeah.
that way.
It's at the.
Wait, no.
It's near the base of Sky Mountain.
That way. That way? Oh man,
If you
I'm
have
gonna
a
turn
map,
around
we
here.
can mark it
Map
for
on the
you.
wall, right?
And there is a map on the wall, yes.
Yeah.
Oh, it's
We
that
will
way. She wants
dramatically
the map.
point to the map for our base.
I just imagine Seth putting a big sticky finger right where it's supposed to be and leaving a dot on it.
As soon as Steph puts their finger on it, Ichigo puts their claw on it in a completely wrong spot.
Braviary kind of like looks and then walks over to one of the desks, like pulls open a drawer, shuffles in with their beak, and pulls out like a little pin and sticks it in the map there.
Ugh, careful.
Yeah, so there.
How many teams would you need an escort for, do you think, to even get started up and running? Obviously not full capacity right at the start, but...
As long as you have some patrols around, that'll be fine. Perhaps we don't need exactly direct escorts, but we need someone to guarantee the skies are safe.
Mm.
And I can only work so much. Strong and powerful as I am.
Have you been being... Well, what is it like for you guys to get attacked in the sky? Does someone fly up at you?
Fly up at us, attack us from the ground. Most often, it's rogue other Pokemon that flying around.
I believe also having unsafe landing spaces would make it difficult to deliver mail.
Precisely.
Both for the postal workers and for the mail itself, which can get destroyed in the process.
Okay. I think I get the issue.
Especially and when it comes to the forests and the mountains, well, that danger can come from anywhere.
Okay. So we need to recruit some people who can do patrols of the sky, and then also let you know when we clear out an area that is safe for delivering mail.
Braviary nods. I could dispatch a representative to your guild.
And that would probably be
That would be a
helpful.
really
I guess it does make sense to at least start with getting a spot safe on the Heroes Guild, and if someone is close enough and still wants to get their mail, they can get it picked up at the Heroes Guild.
And rubs the diligence. This is a very good idea.
And then, of course, as we expand out, then that becomes less of a pressure issue.
But it's a good stopgap. Good thinking, Marie.
Thank you.
I also
Yes,
agree with
fine thinking indeed.
I also agree.
Who would you send with us? Is there anyone still around? All we've seen
No,
is
I
the
wouldn't be
carbon
sending
and
anyone with
yeah.
you. I'd be dispatching someone at a later time once I get all the affairs in order in Post Isle, when I get everything back working in tip-top shape.
Yeah, it
Oh,
kind of
yeah, I
sounds like he
suppose-
has a lot of employees on extended vacation right now.
Yeah, I suppose we'll admit it's not like we cleaned up the whole mess down there. We just kind of made our way through.
Then I'll have to check in, see who's feeling well enough to work, get things back in order.
Hopefully taking care of that big crystal kind of dealt with most of the issue here.
Mm-hmm.
Check.
Mm.
No?
Does this place normally become now? Does this place normally twist itself into a mystery dungeon?
Just does that.
Goodness no!
I think it's sorted itself out, but
In fact, I'm surprised a bunch of landwalkers made their way all the way up here. It's quite a hike.
Oh yeah, no, it was not easy.
Well, when people tell us to take a hike, we do.
You know?
No one told us to
Yeah,
do
you
that.
know what? Live with that.
And we're really good at it.
Uh-huh.
Clearly.
well, I think we should probably stay the night just so that we're in top shape, and maybe we can help you double check the area, see if we can't find any of your post people.
Yes, yes. Mikasa e Sukasa. Now, if you'll excuse me, I need to go and see where everything, the state of everything.
I don't know.
And we should decide what to do with the carving.
I believe they just started speaking gibberish.
Probably bird language.
Yeah. Maybe we should bring them back with us? If they don't belong here.
Well, I imagine we'll figure out how they feel about the situation when they wake up, right? Unless do Carbink have, like, sign language? They could speak, right?
Usually.
I would assume
Okay,
they could
good.
speak.
Ah,
They wake up and they start talking like the Reggie trio.
Yeah. Otherwise, Braviary will sort of leave you all to settle in and bask in his magnanimous generosity
Wow.
as he goes and takes sort of what's the word I'm looking for?
Stock.
Often sees where he checks in on the state of everything. I mean,
Yeah.
ducks into the entrance, the stairwell down into the sort of the interior of Post Island.
I'm kind of surprised that the air is such a problem, considering you didn't think there'd be crystals up there, but I guess it would be people on the ground becoming mad and then taking to the skies. So I think if we clear out the ground, and honestly, yes, we need to recruit flyers, but surely there's not crystals just floating in the air waiting to get people.
Suppose a flyer makes sense anyways, because that would be the quickest and easiest way to spot one from the air. Well, yeah, spotting it from the air.
Seth,
Yes. What? Huh?
do you mind resting next to the carbink when we sleep tonight?
Why me?
I do not trust the rest of us to be prepared when they wake up.
What? Yeah, you,
I
Sorry.
guess I can handle that. Sure.
I do not trust the rest of us if they wake up. You have the ability of... Your poison abilities can be rather useful if they happen to get up next to you. You can instantly contact them with your poison.
Yeah, that does work.
wait,
Got one there.
are Carbink steel type?
No,
No, I think they
they're,
just rock.
they're rocking fairy, and Ziggle shudders a little bit.
I remember during our
Oh,
combat
right.
that Seth was the only one able to do significant damage to them.
Mm.
And Ichigo's quite a bit hurt, so even if you could take them, it wouldn't be a good idea for you to be our first line of defense.
I'm always ready
Yes,
to fight.
sadly, Ichigo, one of our best fighters, is damaged and can be very vulnerable to their attacks.
I hope we don't run into more of them everywhere we go. I mean, if they weren't here with the postmaster, I wonder if they were following the crystal. I mean, does anyone know where Carbink live around here?
Rock
Would that be?
place.
I guess that would probably be a skill check to identify that. That would be Pokemon knowledge.
Yup.
The
Hmm.
stone.
That is a skill that I have.
It's a skill you
Oh.
have?
I would like to.
Is there mountains nearby? Or no? Dirt holes?
+1?
They come out of
Not
the
Yeah.
dirt? Or do they stand on top of the dirt?
That's success with a cost, right?
Yeah, partial success.
Yes, that is a partial success.
Why did you
So,
get-
make something difficult for yourself later, embarrass yourself, or take a long time.
Just sits there and thinks for an hour.
I think Solosis will be loading, and we'll answer the question. We'll answer the question about the Carbink right when everybody is about to fall asleep.
Like, it's just like, allow me to think about it, and their eye starts like.
Every-
I need to.
Everyone
with
just
the sound effect.
everyone just stares at them for like a minute before Ichigo just touches them and like, I think they're, I don't know, something's wrong with
I don't
them.
know. I don't know. That's scary.
Maybe we should just move on.
You're gonna rest here, right?
Yes.
Yeah, I think Noodle will pull out the big apple from her bag and be like, let's get something to eat and go to sleep. Bright and early in the morning, I think. Tomorrow.
Yeah.
We'll all feel better once we don't have quite so many bruises.
Probably true.
Ichigo is gonna sleep outside actually, while everyone else is sleeping inside.
No, Ichigo's not gonna be able to learn about the Carbink.
No, wait. I'm gonna be. It's not that far away.
Well, one thing I was considering, because it's just like for sake of flavor, but so some of Mareep's kit, Mareep, I think because it is a little cramped in there, and probably because it makes sense, just like for a bit of flavor, like Mareep will put up their like 2-person tent, like
Ooh.
outside the door, just as like sort of like, you know, just also being able to look outside, and is in there, and is like with Ichigo presumably like just like sitting like also like kind of on guard out in the distance. Mareep will also pull out a bedroll, sort of like maybe on like on the other side, like next to the door, and it's just like, Ichigo, if you just needs a little better spot to rest, you can use this one. I don't mind.
Ichigo is just kind of staring off outside, out on the landscape when you say that, and just turns around slightly before looking away again. Just like, I'm fine.
Understood. Just so you know that the option is there.
Hmm.
The interior is like, I guess with all of you is quite cramped, but it's like it is quite spacious. Considering that Braviary is like a bird the
Wait.
size of a human person.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Braviary's 5 feet tall.
That's a human person.
Noodle just
You always
takes
forget.
out the little sleeping bag and like curls up in it. I'm quite content. What does Solosis figure out as we all settle down for sleep and try to, or like just not starting to nod off?
Carbink. Carbink sometimes live in mountains and rocky areas, but they typically inhabit caverns, particularly deep underground. they're particularly formed from they are born from temperatures and pressures like in the very deep underground. They kind of tend to move a little further upwards sort of a bit later in life, but they do tend to inhabit the sort of the deep dark caverns of the world.
And yet here they are, very high up.
Yep.
Interesting.
Yes.
They're also usually not red. They're usually blue.
Ah.
Apologies for the wait, everybody. I had to think a long time about what I was doing deep inside the earth. It is very hard to remember things down there. It is quite dark. But I do remember seeing them once, down there. They were not the same color, though. I have not seen those red crystals until I emerged.
Why were you...
Where
It is safe.
You...
I'm starting to think that asking you questions is not worth my time.
Well, no,
At least
so
personal
Lucis,
questions.
There are many resources in caves. I understand this.
where, which cave did you see them in? We've got a map here. Do you know, does anyone know where the closest, I don't see any caves marked on here.
I don't believe that they reside in caves, because caves are exposed to the open part of the earth. They are more into underground caves, the ones that you cannot enter.
Oh.
Tunnel systems, ones that might be linked to caverns that lead above ground, but they're typically like further, like deeper underground than just like surface caverns.
I know that I've seen them moving around and migrating, but I wouldn't know if there's a specific cave that they emerge from. I can only tell you that they are under the earth for a long time. It is strange to see them up here. Perhaps somebody told them to come here.
Or perhaps they seem more linked to the red crystals than other Pokemon affected by it. This might just be because of how they are and they're made of crystal and maybe it just affects them differently, but I wonder if the red crystals are more numerous down there. I mean, they're crystals after all. Where does crystal come from if not under the earth?
Well, I did notice them popping up a lot. I could not say the amount of that was underneath the earth, as I cannot check the entirety of the world. However, I do believe that they might be growing elsewhere where we cannot see them, and we are only being able to target them where we can see them. This may mean in the future we will have to make an expedition underneath the earth to check on the state of the Carbink.
I think it's a good idea. This feels like the first solid, I mean, maybe it's not solid, but this feels like the first real lead we've gotten.
I'm sure Dragon Knight will be
That
pleased.
is if this continues to be a regular state. If these Carbink are an outlier, that would be fortunate.
Yeah, I wouldn't mind not having to face more Carbink all the time.
Maybe if we're lucky, they can help lead us to possible sources of where this red crystal is coming from.
Oh, true. They probably know where the entrance is.
Yeah, if they've wandered a distance, I know we've been seeing memory problems with everyone controlled, but maybe if we're lucky, they'll know the source. Yeah, the way there.
That would be lucky, but it seems that a lot of people with the red crystals seem to lose part of their mind, including their memories.
That's true. And not only that, but Carbink float, so they won't even leave footprints behind. It's so sad.
Oh. How unfortunate. Well, but even if they don't know the sources of their memories of before, they still might know just from living there the entrances and exits to their home. They probably won't have lost that much.
That's a good point.
But first we should focus on getting the mail up and running and getting some people who can protect the skies. But I think after that, this should be our next step. Alright, good night, everybody.
Good night. Shell tucks in the head with a little.
No.
They seem to be. The Solosis has not moved from the place that they were loading from and just seems to power down right then and there.
Windows turn off
shutting
noise.
Yeah.
Shutting down.
This is like in the middle of the room, so it's like if you were to move around them, if you woke up in the middle of the night and needed to get a glass of water, it might be a little inconvenient.
Okay.
All right.
You know what? Let's look. Did they specify that you just get all health back after, like, quote-unquote long rest? Let's see.
I mean, I don't know, even if I didn't, I would say we do because of switching systems. And just for ease, but actually that
It's-
was
I don't know how to
good
translate.
default. Let's see.
Yeah.
I don't know how to translate 2 out of 6 to what was my health? 39?
yeah, percentages?
I was gonna put 15 in. Oh, that's not correct. Hold on.
That's why I say, like, even if it doesn't normally, we need to get like a really nice long rest so that we can just start it even.
Clean slate!
Clean slate.
It's
All
like,
the
Yeah.
health values are different.
We wake up and the evolution animations play on all of us while we're sleeping, and then we wake up the exact same.
wake up in the morning, gonna hit P. Diddy.
Oh, that's why you don't level up when you're
I'm back.
I'm
in a
back.
fight. Yeah.
Oh, the process has been done on me.
A process.
Oh no.
I am changed.
Huh,
Oh
I
god,
strangely feel I can't use water moves anymore.
oh god, we've all been multiplied by 1.
Hmm?
We've all been multiplied by 1.
Multiplies you by 1. Ugh, I feel like something has happened.
I feel like someone multiplied me by
But a
1.
process has occurred.
Exactly.
Oh.
Someone added 0 to me.
Did it say heal?
Yeah, for all intents and purposes, we will just heal up to maximum.
Yay.
The following morning, hang on here. Let's see. How was hey Queen.
Yes.
How devoted or attentive is Seth towards their appointed position of looking over the watching over the car bank?
I mean, she's probably gonna plop herself between the two of them and fall asleep. That's probably the
Okay.
extent of her effort.
Blah.
All right.
Yeah.
I love you guys.
She's just kind of hoping if they shift, it'll wake her up.
All right. The following morning, is see, hold on, I have. Okay, no, I have like a belch in my throat and it's not moving anywhere.
Uh-oh.
Agony.
Anyway, so the night passes uneventfully. The following morning is a bit of a whirlwind, sort of woken up by Braviary. Sort of a rise and shine, time to get things moving. Yeah, you are woken by a scraw.
Oh boy.
As
Just like home.
the reconstruction on everything that is needed to fix post-style begins today. If you know, it's time to get back to the guild. Let everyone know that the Great Braviary is reinstating the postal service and has seen fit to do all of those things that you said, but clearly made to look like it was his idea.
Oh, of course. Oh, okay. So
Wow.
it's like that, is it?
I see how he's number 1.
Too bad for him, he will no longer have his hat.
That fucking idiot. You'll never be number 1.
It was his hat, Mr. Krabs!
He was number 1! Alright, end
Okay,
session,
okay.
we did it. We made the SpongeBob reference.
We can go home.
That's it. Everyone, go home.
Stream over.
With their a staff of mostly Delibird and Pelipper, kind of going around getting everything back in order. You're
Delibird.
kind of led back down through post aisle, the proper way, which is sort of this. The mountain is kind of hollowed out, very much like Dragon Roost Island from Wind Waker.
Oh, yeah.
Like you step down and it's kind of this spiral walkway kind of down the interior of this hollowed out like mountain spire with various rooms and shelves with again kind of the Pelipper kind of like flying this way and that while the Delibird kind of stick to the ground kind of scurrying this way and that sorting through all of these like piles of mail that have been like shoved haphazardly or piled up on the ground or like clearly like shelves have been broken from conflicts when everything was twisted and weird and some of them were clearly enraged by the crystals.
Sorry, did I miss it? Did we see the carvings when we woke up? Are they still there?
No.
Oh
no, sorry, the carvings in the office, yes, they are still catatonic.
Okay.
There are no carvings on the way. The carvings in the office are still decommissioned.
Yeah.
Are we taking them?
Yes.
I do not think we should take both of them.
Well, what if they're friends? What do you mean? We should definitely take both of them.
I think one is sufficient. As well.
Ichigo, do you think you could carry them? With your scythe hands?
Ichigo's one in their mouth.
Carrying it by
If you
the ear.
balance one of them perfectly, they might be able to fit on my head. And Shell points at the weird crown head thing that
Ichigo opens
Togepie's
their
have.
mouth and it drops on your head.
Let me check really quick how heavy carvings
Uh-oh.
are.
You're about to stone!
What a soft spot!
12. Poke. They are small. They're only like 12 pounds.
Okay.
I regret to-
A 12-pound
Yeah,
rock
I
lands on your
regret-
head.
Oh, lovely.
I'm sorry.
Rock
we
is
brought-
still.
I'm sorry. We brought your Togepi in for its shots, and when we delivered the first one, it just deflated like a basketball
Into the egg.
into the egg.
There's a carbon on your head now.
Sorry, we coddled it.
This is a better
This
idea.
is
I
so
can talk.
sad.
I can talk now.
I don't know if.
Go on.
Really,
Walk with
really
it.
Lamp could carry one if two is too many for you, Ichigo.
It's not too. You asked to carry it. They asked me to do it.
Oh, okay.
You know what? I have something that should help a little bit, and Marie produces from their pack a 20-meter length of hempen rope, and just will go around like with their cute little Marie paws. Somehow ties knots around the two of them, and it's like
Oh.
okay. Now
Weird.
one person should be able to just sort of pull along both of them.
Just drag them along the ground.
I still really like the idea of doing this with Shell, but like an equally as large carping, basically stapled and tied to the top of her head. She's walking like with a big hat.
Shell has become the leaked Oshawott. No!
Togepi with a carbon on its head. The soft spot.
No, well now she needs a
love you,
beak.
leaked Oshawott.
Oh no, I'm late. I'm late for class while I'm carrying this carping. Let me put this toast in my mouth as I go.
Oh, she's perfectly shaped. No, she's evolving.
Oh my god.
I think Ichigo. But if once they're tied up together, Ichigo can just grab their rope with their mouth and like drop it in front of them, and it like catches on their waist, so they can
Yeah.
now just drag him behind them.
All right.
I remember when we did this in training camp.
The one on Shell's
You
gonna
carried
wake
around
up
you
and
carried around
in
coaches
panic.
in training camp.
No, we
wait,
carried around
do
each other.
you still have one, or did Ichigo just take both in a
They're-
rope?
I thought you said you tied them together.
Tie them
That's
together so
fair.
one person could pull
Yeah.
them along.
Exactly.
Okay, my dreams have been dashed, but one day.
We can take turns if you ever get tired, Ichigo.
I'll be fine.
Oh, very one moment of Shell looking excited and then dejected. Before and after, no, I'm fine.
I'm very strong.
It's probably for the best anyway, because if one of them woke up and started panicking, tied to Shell's head, it would start floating away like a balloon.
All right. You are with a hearty farewell. You are led kind of out of Post Island back towards the ferry, which now with a Pelipper guiding it is a much easier and smoother trip than before.
Oh, thank God. I think Noodles still takes the chance to swim, but just to swim this time.
You are all kind of led back to the mainland. As Braviary kind of sends you off with the assurance that they will send one of the post workers to the Heroes Guild as soon as things are back in tip-top shape.
Speaking of, maybe on our way back, I mean, I know we have to carry the carbink, but maybe we should focus on making sure a path is clear. Can't be perfect, and we'll still need to send patrols, but just we can keep an eye out, maybe. We'll probably run into things anyway. But yeah, we could. If we went through the plans, I feel like we would see a very large area, and we could be quote unquote first patrol.
Oh yeah. Sorry, I thought you
Maybe-
were just really excited for sightseeing. We'll see a very large area. Yeah, we will.
Yay!
Yay!
That's the plains.
We do have Ichigo can just fly up and see if they see anything, and we can go take care of it while we're passing through.
We return to the beach, the beach over here, right?
Yes, that's where we are currently.
Oh, okay.
The
Ichigo,
beach that makes you Pokemon.
Ichigo is going to stop. I feel like I might have to roll for this. Ichigo's looking around for something.
Probably awareness.
Yeah. What do I do?
Just roll 2d6 plus whatever your awareness is.
Okay, 2d6 plus. Let me double check. I think it's 2, but I'll just double check.
I'm so happy I get to use it now.
Awareness. The theme of this week's awareness fair is awareness.
Tonight's theme is themes.
Wow!
That is a complete success.
Uh,
Pick one. You succeed very quickly. You succeed in a way that impresses those around you, and you succeed in a way that gives you new, useful information.
I mean, I think
Does that imply the other solutions here give you old, useless information?
You know what?
No, it just gives you whatever. You find something, and it's like it just leads to a new discovery.
new information sounds interesting for this, especially with what I have in mind.
Okay, what are you looking for?
Ichigo's looking for where they crashed.
Ooh.
Okay.
As they suddenly start dragging off the carbink with them.
Yeah,
It's like a line in the sand.
you find it in short order.
Ichigo just starts me.
Wait,
Is
what'd you
Ichigo-
say?
As Ichigo just starts digging up the sand with their feet, looking for something.
Huh? What's he doing? Did they die? Are you burying them?
No. No one's dead.
I don't know. The carvings haven't moved in like
Information.
12
No, they're
hours.
rocks.
Maybe I should give them a quick checkup. Can Marie do like another like just medical? I guess like same thing. Like see, well, probably don't want to get them necessarily woken up. You know what? Yeah, Marie will like go up to them and like start looking, but then looks at everyone like, should I try to wake them up?
I'm saying this completely out of character, by the way. We're anti-woke.
No,
Do
no.
not make them woke.
Do not make them woke.
Pokemon.
I think we should wait till we're back at a safe place before you
Yeah.
try to scare them.
Yeah, good point.
We're pro snorky me.
Hmm. Ah.
So I'll ask you, Sim. Do you have any ideas or things for that? What something new you might learn?
Well, I mean, there was a specific item that Ichigo was looking for, but I don't know if that counts as new information. But, like, I guess... Probably, they did suffer, like, a very massive and sudden storm when they were crossing over here. That might,
Oh.
if there was any leads as to what freak accident caused that, I guess. It could have something to do with the shards. But other than that, they're mainly interested in the thing they're looking for.
What are you looking for?
Then I think among the stuff you find,
Hmm.
Sorry, irrelevant to the session, Becca. These are some beautiful dice.
You. That's why I was so sad when I figured out that I couldn't use them for this game because the system was too integral to using the digital dice. I was like,
Nuh-uh.
along with the
Fine.
stuff, you find your some wreckage of your raft.
Hmm.
Parts of it burnt and scorched.
Hmm.
And amidst the wreckage is a feather.
Hmm.
A long, silvery feather.
Interesting.
What'd you find there, Ichigo?
One moment.
There's several pieces of wood. Like you find like the bits and pieces of your raft, and there are like multiple pieces that are just like smashed, burnt, and scorched.
Hmm. Interesting. It appears my crash may have not been an accident.
Your crash?
Yes, my crash.
This wasn't,
I've stated this before several times. Hmm?
this wasn't lightning. I assumed burnt
So-
and scorched and a shipwreck would be.
Some of it is definitely indicative of lightning. You've living out in the sea on an island, you know what these things are. Like lightning leaves like certain scores in the wood,
Mm-hmm.
and others were clearly. So some pieces are clearly struck by lightning. Others were very clearly burnt by fire
Mm-hmm.
Oh!
and then soaked.
Hmm.
Did you have open flame on your ship? Surely not, right?
No. Why would that? I am not a fool.
You were attacked. Does anyone
If if you weren't attacked, perhaps because there was a storm.
Hmm.
There was definitely a storm.
Yes. I remember. I was there.
Yeah.
Ichigo picks up the feather also and drops it behind them because they're still looking for the thing they're actually looking for. But there's clearly a feather they picked up.
Hey, Solosis, Dictionary of Pokemon. Do you know who this feather might belong to?
I'm not so acquainted with Pokemon from the sky. I would have to do a lot of thinking, and perhaps even have some other feathers to investigate. This might take longer than just me looking at it right now.
That is
but I
fine.
can take it off your hands and we can investigate it later.
You can take it. I'm not interested in very much.
Add 1 silver feather to your inventory.
Spreading it in
Oh,
deep.
oh, I think that answers the question.
Hmm?
Well, there's not a lot of silver feathers out there. I say completely out of character. It's not something Seth would know.
Yeah.
I'm putting 1 silver feather.
I
under
guess
my
in a
held
technical
items.
sense, Seth has probably not heard of a lot of silver feathers.
Yeah.
I had an idea, but I wasn't sure.
I'm not too familiar either.
Is it feathery or is it metallic?
It's feathery.
Okay. Yep. Mhm.
It's a very slick feather.
Did you go find what they're looking for too? Because I think I.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay.
You rolled a full success on your search.
Yay.
You find whatever the hell you want.
And Ichigo eventually digs up what they're looking for as they grab it with their mouth. They pull up like some sort of purple fabric that's also probably a little bit scorched from all the what happened. As they kind of shake it in their mouth, get all the sand off. Okay.
What
As he goes like, I don't know where to put this.
what is it? What'd you find?
Yeah, what is it supposed to be?
This is a gift.
Oh. Hmm.
Hmm.
Is it just square in shape there?
Yeah, it's just like a torn up piece of purple fabric.
A tent? Does it look big enough to be like a tent, or is it more like clothes?
No,
size?
it's
Like foot by foot or something?
this would be their purple
It's
handkerchief.
like a scarf.
It's like a scarf.
Yeah, I got that, but yeah.
Yeah,
A scarf or a shawl or something. Something you might wear.
Ooh,
But it's-
fashionable.
very torn.
Yeah.
I found what I need. They're still carrying it in the mouth, but it's clearly like gritting their teeth when I talk.
I mean, you could try putting it on like this, and Mareeple gestured to like their own like cloud
Ascot.
watch. Like, yeah,
Mhm.
basically.
You do that, and Ichigo lifts their sides up.
Hold on, I got this.
I
Wait.
have that fashionable peach scarf now.
Right behind him.
Moses.
Behind.
Who
Marie,
doesn't
you
have?
stand behind him. I will stand on you and tie the thing.
I'm very tall.
I'm
That's
like
what
2
Marie's
feet.
for.
So go ahead, Becca.
Oh, I was wondering who doesn't have their scarf in character yet.
I'm pretty sure I'm the only one.
Okay.
I can't wear
Yeah.
one.
We got Celestis can't wear one.
Steph's got her stuff. That's Steph's personal attire.
Just tie a bandana around the diameter of fucking like so let's just,
I
like,
can't
a belt.
see.
Just place it on top like a piece of nori on a.
I
On a
probably fold it
nice
into
ball.
a newspaper hat.
Oh,
No,
that's not cute.
I-
You just look like a pirate now.
The thing is,
Just- hang on, I need to vocalize something.
What is the fucking?
Solosis in a do-rag.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
see, I'm imagining like just putting a little stick in the membrane or whatever the matter, and like making a little flag of the
We're
scarf.
coming up with some wonderful ideas of how to give how to give a ball of goo a handkerchief.
I'm a fan of the flag.
Me too. Just
You
speaking of that
said
goo.
Solosis Durag, and my mind conjured a completely clear image of like Solosis rolling around in GTA.
Away from the cops.
No, Solosis doesn't. Ergo transform you. Solosis does not do anything in GTA other than drive their car
Oh,
and go to
Speed
mechanic
limit.
shops.
Isn't it?
So,
I think
Solosis, this
Alyssa's-
little dot is like doing like the hijacking animation.
I think Celestis might want to play LA Noir instead.
That's true.
Anyways, Ichigo
Solosis can't play LA Noir. The camera doesn't go that low.
will try and fold up their wings and let you tie it all around their neck.
Yeah, assume unless I've been stopped. Steph will
That is
try
fine.
it.
Thank you.
Hey, we're starting to sort
matching.
of look like a team.
Hmm.
Sort of.
Gotta get the color theming down, I think.
Oh, do I have to change to purple?
I'm not changing. I was just joking.
Close enough.
Anyways, that's
It's more of a salmon.
I don't think there's anything.
Wait, what's salmon?
It's fun.
I don't think
It's
there's
a color.
Yeah, I know.
It's a color and only a color.
only a color.
You're right.
I don't think there's any. I don't think there's.
Wipes a sweat from my brow. Like I just thought of something.
I don't believe there's anything else worth salvaging here. We can move on.
Okay.
Yeah, it's probably been picked over anyway. It's been here a while.
Hmm. It is also broken. Very, very broken.
Yeah. Good to know that if someone's attacking something.
Well,
Uh-oh.
I just put together the out of character knowledge with the in character knowledge. It's fine. I'm sure it's fine. If something's attacking boats on the ocean, that's good to keep in mind. And maybe something I could actually check in with Mariana about. Maybe they'll know.
well, thank you, Divine Priscilla, for the follow.
Shipwrecks.
Woohoo!
I would hope it doesn't. We don't. It would not. I don't want to be attacked again. Going back.
I mean, that's. I feel like that's a general thought always. I don't want to be attacked.
Well, maybe for you.
Do you want to be attacked?
It is a challenge. I like to challenge myself.
Did you get hit when you crashed? Like
Yes.
head?
Yes,
Oh,
probably.
okay.
and many other places.
Uh-oh.
Okay, that never mind. I'm not gonna judge you anymore. I feel bad now.
We can leave.
Maybe that's why he's pink.
What?
What? Did I say that out loud?
That is not
You
my.
sure
That is.
Yeah, you did.
That's not my
Yeah.
preferred pronoun.
Oh, so wait, you, they, she, what?
They.
Oh, thank you. Sorry, my bad. It's been a while.
Also, I've been
That's-
pink my whole
I
life.
mean, they.
That nap we took felt like it was like 3 months or something.
It was 2 months.
It was 2 months.
It felt like it was 3 months. No, it felt like it was 2 months.
You idiot.
This will be the argument the rest of the walk back.
I don't
Uh,
understand.
So Ichigo's carrying or rather dragging the
Carbink.
carbink behind them.
They're
What's
new.
kind of the general kind of like group kind of marching order here?
Ichigo's behind because they have to
Huh?
drag the Carbinks.
I feel
Okay.
like Noodle,
How is it
like,
phrased?
forge ahead. She's
I
great.
think Shell will be right behind Noodle.
Because of my basic IQ talent, which almost sounds backhanded to Marie, Marcher, when leading the team, this Pokemon multiplies navigation times by like basically 3/4, which basically means, well, first of all, it sounds like it intends that like if you are marching in front or like directing things, then this bonus kicks in. So I guess it makes sense that Mareep would be in front.
Yeah, I won't argue with that. That sounds quite reasonable. But then I guess so. Mareep with Noodle and Shell kind of close by, and then the others lagging behind.
Yeah,
We're in the back half,
Steph will be dead last.
Okay.
behind Ichigo Dragon carving.
As you're walking along through the days, Seth, you do catch something. You're not sure what
COVID.
at first, but you notice like one of the carbanks very just kept briefly just like this faint, very faint like red kind of like pulse
Red pulse.
from the crystals from one of the crystals.
What are you making noises for?
Yeah, you.
Yes.
The carbink
Hmm.
glowed.
Which one?
Uh,
Ichigo,
that one.
Ichigo looks behind them like twice. Both soldiers were turning around and twisting the rope around them. Which one?
That one.
Oh. Is it doing it now?
Nope.
No.
Hmm. Ichigo kicks it.
Nothing.
Hmm. It seems to have stopped.
Well, I have 2 ideas as to why you may have spotted a glow. Well, 3.
Say them.
Okay. The first is that you were hallucinating, or perhaps it was just a wrong vision.
I don't think so.
The other two.
The second is that it is waking up, but it is taking a little while to wake up.
The third.
The third is that they are detecting something.
Yeah, can we look around for red
Which way was it
crystals?
pointing? Which glowy?
Well, we don't know how far the red crystals influence specifically these carving. As we theorized, the carving seem to be affected more by the red crystal due to being crystalline themselves.
Hmm.
I have a
I'm not
terrible
sure.
idea.
I'm not sure if we can use them as a compass right now, but if we spot them glowing more during our walk, we will have to determine if there are red crystals nearby, or if we are in possible range of encountering someone infected by the red crystal.
Who's in front of Ichigo?
Everyone.
I meant who specifically? Are we not in like a
Probably
line?
Solosis?
Marching order?
Yeah, I guess Solosis can now shift in front of Ichigo.
Oh, okay. Well, I was going to have someone carry one of them because they also see it, but Solosis isn't gonna be able to do that.
I can hold the rope.
Seth and Mareep and well, Shell wanted to carry one. Did you want to put one on Shell?
Finally, my time.
No, Solosis, you grab one rope. I will look at it and see if it glows, and Seth will look at the other one.
I can manage that.
Okay, let us continue.
Okay. You continue on. And after like an hour or two, both of them just have again that there's a very faint just very faint, just like a little pulse of red.
Ah, it glowed.
Like it just kind of this kind of slow, and then just goes away.
Quick, walk back to exactly where you were when they did that.
Okay.
Take a couple steps back.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23.
I don't know. No,
Oh.
no, come back. No,
I was really eager to see how far he was just gonna run.
They.
I guess maybe it's more time-based than location-based.
Like I said,
Mareep,
it may be.
it's time you give them a check over. See if they're close to waking up. Don't wake them up.
Ichigo kicks them again.
You kick a 12-pound rock.
Yeah.
It doesn't stir.
I don't believe we have a way to wake these up. I don't believe any of us are rock types or have any knowledge of how specifically Carbink sleep.
Yeah, do they or
They're still glowing red.
So you know what? Mareep will walk up and check on them anyway, and like we'll make a skill check specifically on the grounds of like, is it like medical injury that's keeping them unconscious? Like just like basically asking that specifically.
Okay.
Fine, roll for it.
God.
Good job.
Make something difficult for yourself later, embarrass yourself, or take a long time.
I'm trying to think of a funny way for this to be embarrass yourself.
I think it would be easiest if it was just make something difficult for yourself later, since you're currently leading the pack.
No, this isn't necessarily embarrassed. Well, yeah, maybe it is actually. I was like, I always hate having to do this, but when times are tough and like they like kind of like crane their neck to like their flank a little bit and like yank out a like fairly sizable chunk of their wool. And it's like there's like now just kind of like a horribly embarrassing naked spot on their side.
Oh,
What the hell?
Why'd you do that?
Reap wool can be
Oh
a
my
good
God.
stimulant, and like it'll just like kind of like sort of like gently brush against like the wool against their like skull a little bit, and it's like there's a certain amount of just like charging that like happens. It's like it's a very like instead of defibrillator in this state, it is now just like stimulant, and it's like Mareep is gonna see if they're gonna get a reaction out of them.
Well, one has an
Okay.
afro now.
very
The wolf?
You passively kind of like begin to like shock one of the car bank, and there's there's another pulse of red.
No.
Excuse
Okay,
me
yep,
for a
it
moment.
has to do with their activity levels.
And then like as it pulses and then fades, and there is on your examination, you're not sure
Okay.
what is keeping them unconscious. In fact, this carbonic does remain unconscious. But you do notice, ever so faintly inside that kind of that smoky quartz, is just the tiniest little red glow.
Maybe we shouldn't be bringing them back to our home.
The other one is
Oh,
still absolutely inert.
So Mareep then, I think we'll make okay, so I don't think it has anything to do with injuries. That being said, like
Perhaps they lack
Mareep, like,
power.
how extreme thing, like pressing their face against like the geode to like look inside of that little thing. It's like, I think it's just that this one has a little bit of the bad crystal stuff in them left.
What about the other one?
Should we extract it?
Like, it's like similarly, like Mareep like removes their head and simply just boom, like
Where's
to, like,
their head?
Look deep, in the look deep into geode, and like can like Mareep like notice that same little dot in the same place in there?
No.
Yeah, no. It's just this one.
I would not know how to
So-
remove it if it's something that's stuck in there.
That
Is
feels
it the
like
crystal-
something we need an actual doctor for.
Yeah, we would need a good expert for that one. I know my medicine, but not like this.
We can't determine what is beginning to make the crystal activate again, or why they have gone dormant without the crystal.
Or why they were red in the first place.
This is
Maybe
true
we
as
just
well.
make sure that's the one that Ichigo has, and if it wakes up, you're in charge of
I have both.
popping them back.
They're both attached to me.
Hmm?
They're both attached to me?
Not anymore.
Oh.
No, one's on Shell.
Yeah.
Where did you... Don't take that.
Ah!
Good brief fantasy.
Or-
Although, that might be a little dangerous.
I believe we have more than enough backup at base if anything goes wrong.
True.
I say we still keep them.
Yeah, or we can. Maybe we keep them tied up just to have them tied up and not,
I mean, yeah, I have. The
I don't think it will cause them to... I think they
Yeah,
will... They can fly.
rocks. I don't know what tying them up does. Actually.
Just tie them back up to me.
That's true. They don't have like limbs.
Like, I guess you could keep them from flying off.
Mm-hmm.
Let's tie their ear. They got ears, right? Hold on.
Yeah, what Kirby?
Pieces do a carbon
Yes, little
cause.
ears.
We're tying those ears down, baby. They can't hear nothing.
Y'all hear something?
Okay, let's just hurry home as fast as we can before they wake all the way up. Maybe we can find a room to lock them in.
Good idea.
and see what happens.
Okay.
Or, you know,
We should keep them on the first floor, even though the beds are on the second floor.
we can bring down better. That could be done.
We do not have a spire tall enough to keep them stable, unlike the postmaster's office. Meaning, if they are going to leave and not attack us, it would be easier for them to leave through the front door.
That's a good point, I believe.
I'm worried that if they are on the second floor, they will attempt to cause a ruckus and destroy the top floor that I worked so hard to create.
You did work very hard on it.
It is possible.
Goodness. I guess we can get... We've recruited some people that stay at base. We can get, like, Ninetales to look after them or something. Let's just get them there, and hopefully we'll see it. We should hurry before they wake up while we're trying to travel.
You carry on with your travels. You do notice, I think it's Seth, you notice something again, hanging around in the back. As you start moving, it's kind of hard to see. You don't notice it immediately, but you do notice that the one that you were told has the little bit of glow in it. You do notice that, like, you start to see that little bit of glow in it, kind of just like that. Like, it starts to consistently, like pulse a little bit.
The red one's going nutso again.
Well, if it well, it's either we don't know what to do about it.
It's very gentle, like it's almost imperceptible amongst like the smoky core. So you know it's there, so you kind of start to see it. It's like it's just kind of barely like just getting like a little bit brighter and then going back down, brighter and then back down, very slowly.
I'll just keep an eye on it.
Yeah, I think Ichigo, could you walk in the middle of the group so that we can all
I will walk
it
in
with
front. I know the way.
it? Okay.
I don't believe so.
Ichigo starts walking the wrong way.
Wait.
Oh,
No, in the middle.
okay.
I don't know why we are not having Mary take the lead. They are the fastest of us.
That will not make us faster.
Mechanically, it does.
Oh, okay.
It's less that I'm faster and more that I know how to go fast.
It says that I am robust.
Ichigo holding his character sheet.
I was gonna choose to believe like he checks like one of his sides and it's written down robust.
Hey,
You robust Ichigo.
Does that even
Yes,
mean?
your
Except-
robustness seems to make you run into trees.
it is exceptional.
Technically, if we're talking about the fastest, I think that might be Shell.
Yay!
With more of you paying attention, you begin to notice a pattern, especially as you kind of like make camp and then set out the following day. When you stop, the sort of that pulsing, the little glowing light seems to stops. It becomes stationary. It just like stops doing that pulse, and when you start moving again, it begins to pulse.
Shake him
The
around
heck
real
does
hard.
this mean? This
Perhaps-
is so strange.
perhaps
Are
the
you
solution-
sure that we're
Perhaps-
not? Sorry, go ahead.
I have a theory that perhaps Carbink keep their... Do we know if the Carbink's crystals pulse? They're non-red ones. This may happen when they are in movement.
You know about the car bank. Is that? You think?
I have
they-
not investigated them enough or stared at them long enough to determine whether they pulse or not. I have seen the crystals in their caverns, but I have not investigated one myself.
I know we said it was. I know Mariki said it was medical, but it might still be. We might be approaching something.
Oh no, I don't. I'm not sure. It's not any kind of injury, at least.
I don't know if we are approaching something, because it would be strange for a compass to only point when we are moving.
True. Yeah, that's true. Is it
Oh.
still only one that's like pulsing consistently, or are they both going at this point?
It's only the one now.
We should keep these two separate in case they make each other sick somehow.
It would be a shame if they got infected again. Shell, I think you might have to take the front, while Ichigo still continues to take the back. Or
Sure. I would love to lead the charge.
Well,
fine
just
being in the
walk
back.
next to Marie.
I would love to halfway lead the charge.
that would be preferred.
We'll just have to keep an eye out.
My core feels incredible.
Yay!
Be careful, that may be a sign of the red crystal infecting you.
No, I think it is strength in my body.
Okay, I believe you.
Okay. Okay.
Finally, after a few days' journey from Post Island, you find your way back into the mountain valley through the sort of the sparse forest and into the Heroes Guild,
Hooray.
nestled at the end of the valley among the mountains.
We made it home.
Hey. How
That's
bright?
a pretty
did the
good
pulse
first
get?
mission in the guild.
To the old fuck.
Congrats, everyone.
Yeah.
I am very happy we were all successful, and we made good progress on learning about the crystals.
Oh, sorry. What was that, Becca?
Oh, how bright did the glow get as we traveled more?
It hasn't gotten any brighter.
Okay.
Just more frequent.
Like maybe if it has gotten brighter, it's imperceptibly so.
Yeah.
Well,
Yes,
Well,
you're-
at the very least, we're at a
Make your
spot
way
where
in.
we-
You are greeted by Noctowl. Ooh, welcome back, heroes.
Hello.
How was your first mission?
We have brought back corpses.
Who?
No, they're not corpses.
Hi.
Very much alive.
We don't know that.
I tell.
I think I know that.
I'm pretty sure it's not injury.
We freed Bravery, although he refused to admit it. we
Sounds
have-
like bravery.
Yeah, I'm getting that feeling.
The
And
postmasters have a history of having large egos.
you know what? As long as he does his job, I do not mind. He can crow about his accomplishments all he wants, as long as he gets the post up and running again.
He's quite good at it.
He says he will be sending a post person here for the time being
Your representative.
to deliver for people to come pick up the mail here.
Yeah.
Not a bad idea.
Yes, it was his idea, I believe.
I
Not
think
gonna
Mareep
nod.
genuinely is now trying to think, was it his idea?
He doesn't remember.
He thinks it's his idea that I genuinely can't remember.
Well, hopefully we will get the post up and running post haste.
I think there was also an idea to recruit some flyers so that
Yes.
they can have a clear path here and back, at least, and maybe more.
Imagine.
Also a good idea. Perhaps a more focused recruitment call is due for next time.
But first, we gotta deal with these two.
Yes. Tell me what you've learned and why you've brought these two. Who are they?
We're not sure who they are is the issue because, well, when we met them, they pretty much just attacked us because they had the crystal stuff going on.
They
But-
seem more affected than
seemed quite different from most carbink I've ever seen.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we figured that maybe they might be connected, or at the very least, know more about the red crystals if they can come back to their senses.
They're exactly like all carbon I've seen. I have only seen these ones.
Ah. And how's your impression so far?
They're mean.
More concerningly, this one seems to seem to glow every time we moved, and we could not pinpoint why.
The Noctowl kind of leans forward, kind of tilts their head to look at it with the one big eye. It's like, there is a bit of a glow within this one.
I do find it strange that they were up so high, near the top of the spire of the postal office.
Placed there, journeyed there, it is concerning.
Yes, the only place I ever spotted carbink was underground. I do not know if they gather on the surface, but I do not believe it would be efficient for them to gather up in high places, unless there is some specific ritual that they do there. So I am to believe that
one or two to milled about the surface in my time, but they mostly stick to their habitat.
that is what I thought. Though I have no idea if they have a specific ritual or if the crystals were guiding them to go upward.
Troubling indeed. These are questions we should meditate upon.
Yes, it is very useful information that we got while we were out. Though not conclusive, it is something to ponder on. Also, I found a feather.
I found that feather.
Ichigo found a feather.
I found
am
the
holding
feather.
it.
Interesting. Does this pertain to the matters at hand with the carvings and the crystals?
No, it seemed it was found on my crash site when I crashed here.
Curious.
It seems to do with how Ichigo landed on our island accidentally while trying to reach our island on purpose.
Yes.
Curiouser and curiouser. Well, perhaps these things should be recorded post-haste. Everything you learned, everything you found. Let us make sure this information is not lost.
Oh, true.
That's true.
Come, let us make sure these things are written down.
Mm.
Always important.
Written down information.
It took a bit
Quite easy
to
to
find
research
fucking...
here, but
Shell pulls out a perfectly preserved quill and feather with ink or something.
With it or something?
With
Do you have one or not?
I hope it's ink.
Solosis pulls out. Solosis removes the feather from their body by sticking it out of their head like a single baby hair.
You go and you go in and you record. You record everything. You record your findings.
yeah. I suggest we give it to Apple, who we currently have
Yay!
currently have working the equivalent of a front desk.
I was going to also. I didn't. Ichigo didn't have their bag with them, but in their bag they have a quill and ink and parchment as well.
Noodle very definitively does not.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, Ichigo retrieves their bag. They have a binder of pages and ink and quill.
This will be very useful if we get members of the guild who know things that we do not while we are away,
Or have hands.
or have hands.
Okay.
It is.
Very true.
I can write with my. I can still write. Probably not as dexterously.
The more flying of the members,
Memorize things to Mariana.
the more flying members of the guild that we get, the more that we can investigate this feather and compare it with their findings of other flying Pokemon.
How long is that feather?
How long is
Fair,
it?
I said it was a long feather. I don't know, maybe like
But I mean, I guess does it look like it comes from a Pokemon of like our size?
How big?
Bigger each
Yeah.
size?
it's hard to tell, Because this it's definitely not a what are they called? We're like because like birds have like long feathers like near like the ends of the wings.
Flight feather.
Yeah, it's definitely not one of those.
Right.
But it's hard
So
to
it
tell
is-
because bird Pokemon come in a lot of shapes and sizes.
There's no way that
Immaterial.
this is one of their main feathers used for flying, because that means that Ichigo probably would have found the flying Pokemon crash next to them. But there is no way to tell whether it is a longer feather from earlier in the wing, or a shorter feather from later in the wing. We cannot determine the size of the Pokemon by the size of the feather, unless we get more feathers to investigate.
And thinking about it, pondering on it would take you could identify object, or you could use Pokemon knowledge.
Imagine if a Pokemon
mythology.
like committed a crime and then immediately evolved and like
No evidence.
No evidence.
they'll definitely
Imagine if you
like they
evolved
plunge in the claw. Dun dun dun.
No known weaknesses.
Imagine evolving from the experience you get from doing crime.
Yeah, that.
I believe
I
dark type
can-
is evil type in
Oh.
like, Japan, and I like to think that's what they do.
No.
Did you say identify object could be used?
Let me check. I think it
I
might.
think I have a bit of identify object at least. Yeah, I have one.
Tell what an unidentified object is by studying it or determine its properties. It's usually
that
generalized to found items.
Yeah, that one's for technically somewhat for like dungeoneering items,
Yeah,
but like
this
I'd
is-
imagine it could be like
Knowing
also
the
some
effect
other age.
of a found orb with no label, or knowing the name of an artifact.
So this
Okay,
isn't
yeah.
if you investigate it as an item, you would learn the properties of the feather unrelated to the Pokemon. For example,
Yeah,
like
probably. Like
if it has
okay.
any magical properties still in it.
It sounds like it's more for like manufactured items or like at least things that can be manufactured.
It's more for
Really?
like treasures that might have an effect.
Treasure.
TM.
Yeah.
I mean, mythology probably applies here, but that might be me making some
Well-
assumptions.
Audrey did specifically say that we could roll mythology.
Yeah, for this one, probably mythology or Pokemon knowledge.
Solosis will use mythology right now if we are investigating it right now.
Heck yeah.
We aren't doing anything else right now.
Saying this out loud.
Saying this out loud in your in Solosis' normal voice that they've been hiding.
All right, go ahead and roll it.
2d6. Is it adding the bonus to both dice?
No,
No, just the whole
total.
thing.
Okay.
The 2d6 plus the thing.
Ooh.
11.
A success. You succeed at what you were trying to do in a reasonable amount of time without embarrassing or injuring yourself, and without making things harder for yourself. Unless the action you're attempting to do would do those things anyway.
Here we go.
Solosis is just kind of looking at the feather, and then I guess probably sometimes walking outside, going to Noctowl and looking at the composition of Noctowl's wings, and then comparing it to how they've seen other bird Pokemon's wings.
Noctowl just. Oh, hello.
To try to
Oh,
identify-
goodbye.
Just this
try to
sequence of
identify-
like linking it, do, like, Eureka! Urethra!
Urethra.
Urethra!
I've.
Stubs my toe.
I've. Yuri.
The feather has a very particular quality to it that strikes you as something of a water-dwelling creature. And you recall knowledge of the guardian of the sea, Lugia,
Hmm.
a
be right.
creature of water and storms.
How strange that
Wow.
it left a feather behind, but this may be one of its less useful feathers. Something that would shed off during a particularly strong storm.
What do you want, Billy?
So it is. Sorry, Audrey did say Lugia, right?
Lugia.
Yeah.
Lugia.
And according to Solosis, Lugia is our best guess.
Oh.
A creature of the guardian of the seas, again, who dwells at the bottom of the oceans, to sort of hide its power, only surfacing in times of great need, or anger, or other, like whenever it needs to, or whenever it desires to.
Well, this
It
does
is
sound
said.
reminiscent.
It is said to often appear on the eve of great storms, or when they begin.
From everything that you described about her trip, it would seem that this is the traits of a Lugia. Or the Lugia, I should say. However, it is rather strange that it came out around the time that you decided to venture into the seas.
Yes.
God, I hope Lugia does not have crystal madness. That would
Well,
be...
the feather seems to be intact.
It is
You
also
do know, of course, with enough mythological knowledge, the scorched marks on the wood evade you. That is not the property of Lugia. Lugia does not wield such elemental powers, at least not usually.
it is true.
Perhaps that you were caught up in a fight between Lugia and something else.
That would make sense. That it didn't. It would make sense it didn't attack me specifically.
Yes, that is exactly what I was thinking. It would be strange for Lugia to attack you specifically for leaving the island.
There are tales of Lugia at my home. But there's nothing of. They are usually said to be an ally. Though.
Yes,
So
so I
it,
have heard.
Sorry, the combination of words there, including ally, made me think Lugia really went. I hate this scroll in particular. I mean they. And...
I mean, they! Thunderbolt!
Freaking Monty Python Holy Grail bridge scene. I mean,
and Ichigo flying off the boat, but it's like Garfield flying through the window.
It worries me that there are legendary Pokemon that are currently upset unrelated to the crystals.
Could be related to the crystals.
This
I
is
guess
true.
in it.
something like secondary effects. I can't imagine it's been causing a whole lot of peace.
You would know Lugia's like role as guardian of the seas is not like simply is not always necessarily like, just like a simple like
Title.
it's a title. They do protect the ocean. They protect they tend to be guardians. They hold guardianship of
Yeah.
areas.
Hmm.
And so if
Either-
things are disturbed, an area being disturbed is cause for a Lugia to appear and seek retribution.
It is very strange, especially because you said that the crystals were already on your island, meaning Lugia was not trying to protect it from the crystals itself, but in fact probably got into a battle with some kind of crystalline Pokemon, or a horde of them.
I don't want to know what could be strong enough to give Lugia trouble.
Well, we don't know if Lugia unsuccessfly
We've had-
conquered them.
it feels like
Just
we've had
that
this
Lugia
conversation
had to.
before.
And it's one of those things you can't. You could intuit that like if
Yeah.
Lugia got into a fight, Lugia would have brought a storm with it.
Yes.
Yeah.
I suppose this is a matter we should. I suppose this is a matter that we should page for later, and just as information of how bad it has gotten, rather than anything that we can act on. I do not believe any of us will be speaking to Lugia anytime soon.
I hope.
Perhaps.
No, but I could probably, if anywhere would know if Lugia's been moving, I think it would be Mariana. I could definitely check in at home and see if anyone
guys-
heard of.
Keeping updates on
More
gods
activity.
down there?
Well, I mean, it's where he lives. Sort of. Not in the village, of course, but like the ocean in general. We get a lot of news.
There
They
have
might have.
there
They
have been
might keep track of Lugia through storms, as if some Pokemon would keep track of other legendary Pokemon through any other sorts of storms, such as dust storms or tornadoes.
there have been older residents of my island that have spotted Lugia in their day.
Sorry, what was that?
There are older residents of my island who have spotted Lugia in their day.
Yes, you did say that your island was aware of Lugia, but
Yes.
I do not believe we have a way to contact them right now.
True. I
We
wasn't.
may have to continue. We may have to continue getting the post office up and running, and more importantly, get your island safe for the post office to deliver mail there.
Well, I don't even know if that. I don't. I think. I don't believe the post office has ever visited my island.
Yes, that is a big problem. I'm sorry you've
Alright.
never received mail.
We had
Get you linked up.
We-
I swear it.
we had mail. We had our own mail system.
Oh. Well, still, we'll set up a third extension. What would you call it? What do you call it?
Post office.
A branch.
We have post
A
offices.
branch.
There. We also have branches. They're on many of the trees.
So I guess we just need to make the 2 branches shake
What?
hands.
I said that we have many branches. They're on many of the trees.
Not what I
That's
meant.
You're trying to unite the post offices through the trees.
Hmm. I don't understand, but I
If we're
assume it
gonna
will
do
work.
anything with the post office, we have to recruit some flying Pokemon.
This is
That's
also
our
true.
good friend Yuko.
Oh,
Yeah,
yes,
they-
I almost
as-
forgot during my investigation of flying Pokemon.
As a refresher, because I did just recall, I'm not sure who remembers, but basically your current goal was to like get the Heroes Guild up and running to a point where Dragonite is confident enough that she can kind of leave the home front and go check in
Yeah.
on Ichigo's home.
Yeah.
Because Dragonite is you've kind of assumed is a strong enough flyer to make it there. So that was kind of your current goal, is to get not just to guild up and running for everyone else's sake, but to make sure that it's like, oh yeah, it's like Dragonite can go, okay, everything's good now, I can leave and do something else.
That was also that was the deal they made with Ichigo, because Ichigo was like, I either you go at some point or I am leaving, because I cannot stay here if my village is unprotected.
This also furthers the idea of adding more flying Pokemon, because
Yes.
getting the mail system up and running will help the guild get up and running.
Yes.
Absolutely.
Yes.
If the post office is up and running, then people can start sending missions to us instead of us just stumbling across things that are wrong.
And also
And
we
you
could
can
send out
send out-
flyers.
Yeah, you can send out recruitments much easier.
Mm-hmm. Where do we find flying Pokemon?
The sky.
Let's go. Did we get carbines? Let's stash the carbines in a room and then let's get out and find some flying Pokemon. That'll help us.
Flying Pokemon make their habitats all over the place.
I believe you all would be best in locating them. I will be tending to my time in the library, seeing if I can discover anything else. I do not believe so, but it would be nice if I was able to connect some dots while you were gone.
Okay.
I will put
Makes
the
sense.
carbine somewhere.
Yeah, we kind of have our
Are we doing that?
our
Our home
downtime
and our-
activities.
Home
Hooray!
and away team.
Now, how does this work in the new system?
We'll figure it out. Because like retraining is no longer a thing. Same with learning a move, but we can still probably do investigating a mystery, recruiting guild members, working on the guild, exploring and foraging, and community service.
Hmm. Time for me to get document 2.0.
And how
Woo!
many downtime activities does everyone have again? Just one?
Which was what?
Pardon?
How many downtime activities does everyone have?
One.
And I believe I've spent mine investigating Lugia.
Well, not quite.
Yeah.
That was yeah. Well, you can investigate a mystery would be kind of more something a little. That's like probably a little more substantial. Like perhaps you could investigate why Lugia is doing this, or what's up with the Carbanks, or other such things.
Yeah, you were
I think
just
Solis is going to
identifying.
use-
Yeah.
Yeah, I think right now, Solis is probably going to stay home and investigate the Carbanks.
I might help you out with that, since, I want to make
Uh,
sure that my parents are okay in the end.
I'd remind you, Shell, you are our face. You are our talker and best recruit.
Oh, clutches nub, but in a way that implies that I'm clutching a fist. All right, I'll do this for the guild.
Arthur.
I'm sorry, but
I
you cannot
told
fix
you
them.
not to touch it.
It looks Shell coming over with bandages and with little bandages and lollipops, and it's like, I'm gonna make him feel better, and it's like, no, you're not.
No, you're not. Fuck you.
We are not trying to heal them. Please leave.
Oh. I guess I'll have to. I guess I'll recruit members for the guild or something useless like that.
She crying out the door, throwing my lollipops to the wall.
But because they're band-aids, they're just sticking to the wall.
Just
What would we say that? Am I seeing like a? Okay, I'm looking at the reference doc. There's a convince skill, right? That's probably what
let's see.
recruiting it.
Oh yeah, convince.
So our best shot is Shell and Ichigo.
I have one.
Oh yes, I have 2. Yes.
thumbs up.
Okay.
Join us!
What? What are you?
She goes,
Witness me!
check out what I can do! Want to do this also? Come on!
I just imagine you jumping off the floor and flying up a little bit.
What I can do? You want wings? I can make them. No, I can't. That is a Brad promise.
You might have flap in the ridge, lady. It's
Whoa!
gonna take a lot more than does a backflip.
But yeah, I'll gladly go out and try to get more people to help join the cause,
I
or
guess
even help, the people who are still here to keep motivation up.
I guess since I'm the second best, I have to do that. I gotta do that too.
I'm so sorry. Well, why don't we let Shell try to recruit and see how that goes, and maybe they get enough
Maybe.
off. I don't remember how it fucking works. Did we have a document somewhere floating around? I think Laza, you
think-
had one?
It was mostly skill checks. We kind of have to figure this out here. I gotta look up your
New skill
relationships
checks.
with the world around.
Yeah, well, it feels weird to just have it be, like, not something we can... I mean, I guess everyone can go for it. If both of y'all failed, then everyone with the 0 just goes in.
Shell's so dejected from not being able to apply lollipops and band-aids, ruined forever.
Angrily chewing on.
I will also remind you.
Yes.
Your guild is currently at 12 out of 15 slots are full.
Oh.
Ah.
We gotta get those
Do you
last
have
3
a
full of
list
flying
our members
types.
somewhere?
I can. I think there is, but let me just type it up in like strategy.
And
Yeah,
what-
we do need
Yeah,
to.
it would actually be, I think, really nice if... I think the things that I would want from Foundry are, like, tokens with HP, and then...
There's 7 of you.
There's the
yeah,
Nine Tails, there's the...
and, like,
the-
a list of...
What's the thing before Metagross?
There's
Matang.
Night Owl, Nine Tails,
And then the third thing.
I know...
Absol,
That one.
Matang, and Phalanx.
Which we made a Fallen joke about.
Master, Nine Tails. I can't. What was Nine Tails' job?
They're...
Nine is an artist.
Oh yeah. Who was like the receptionist?
Absol.
Absol. Okay, that's right. Yeah.
They
Actually,
handled
they're
the
probably-
job board and reception.
I forget what is it? You didn't... I don't think you...
Ninetales probably is probably being shoved at like writing everything down.
I don't think
They've
we...
got 9 brushes.
I don't think we decided a job for Matang yet.
No.
Matang was just a combatant.
Yeah.
Yeah. Fight
Oh
things.
yeah. Because they're tough.
Jack.
Super tough.
I should draw Matang. You should do the other 2.
What does it? I mean, I guess we could also work on expanding, right? Or
That's true.
So
Yeah,
you
that's
can
right.
you could, but the main thing is that you could recruit a maximum of 3 more Pokemon,
Yeah, we
and
would
then
have to-
and then the guild is at capacity
Mm-hmm.
for its current
So-
capacity.
For
facility.
what we could do is that you could recruit 3 very good flying members of the team, or we could expand and we could recruit several flying members of the team rather than just 3.
Yeah. because that's the other thing is that because that was the other thing with recruitment, so you can whenever you like whatever, depending on your role, you can recruit like fewer higher quality members or more lower quality members, or just not like just like less experienced, less like less powerful,
What
but right for, of course, gaining experience.
What
Oh.
Oh god. Sorry.
Oh yes, and of course. Oh no, I think well yeah and of course the words. The post office will be sending a representative.
Will
So we have
do they take up a slot?
They are they will become a member of the guild.
Okay, so we only recruit
What do we
two
need
then.
to
Because
expand?
the whole thing is that any member of the guild can be like can fight and like be sent out on jobs. It's just that they also have a job at the guild.
Yeah. Okay, so we only have 2 slots left then.
Yeah.
Before they arrive.
What does it take to expand the guild?
That would be work on the guild as a downtime activity, which is just
Okay.
like I don't think requires any skill so much as it's just like that is what you do. You spend
don't
your
get to do
time
anything else.
working on expanding one of the bits, and dormitories is the one that expands capacity.
No
Yeah,
no information, no new members.
like-
You get here, you go home, and you expand guild.
Like last time, I spent my time to make the training ground.
Yeah.
Right.
Which is at level 1 out of 5.
And if you expanded to 2 out of 5 on dorms, what would that get us?
Dorms is currently at 2 out of 5.
Oh.
Yeah, because I think someone expanded it also.
That was me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
3 out of 5. I think it was. I need to check. I did. My dumbass didn't like write it down. I think it was you get 5 slots for each increase, because it was 7, 8. Yeah, I think it's 5 slots per increase, and you can otherwise, and this is general dormitories. You can also build like focused dormitories for like specific types to cater to
You
specific
could-
types that work for like that
Yeah, I was gonna
exist
say.
outside of the general dorms.
I was
Why
gonna
don't
say
build
we
a
can't
flying
recruit water
dorm?
types because we don't really have a pool. But if you built like a roost, it would be better for the flying types.
So the whole thing is that there's the general dorms, which can accommodate any Pokemon, or you can focus on building other, the more focused dormitories, which house only that type of Pokemon, but they don't take up space in the general
Right.
dormitories.
I think our boost is a really good idea if we want a whole contingent of patrolling flying types.
Especially since like the other little thing that like Marie mentioned, like it'll be long-term useful because there are large rocks that we need to identify at a moment's notice,
Mhm.
and we need like just the best thing with that would be like air scouts.
Yeah, the flying patrol seems like really useful. I kind of wanted to use my downtime activity to forage because I'm really good at it, and I think we could use some medicine before we set out. But is anyone willing to?
I was thinking, yeah, Marie could like spend some time like getting like roosts built.
Okay, so Marie will be
build-
expanding guild.
My activity is based on how well Shells does.
That's
Yeah.
fair.
So I know each of okay. So Solosis is spoken for. Mischievous is out of the picture. She's sleeping.
She's. I was listening.
Sleeping makes me feel good.
Seth, did you have an idea for your downtime?
Can I have the list again?
Minus. Let me cross out. some of
It's in
these.
game chat, isn't it?
I
think
don't.
Audrey's putting it in strategy.
I've been putting other stuff in strategy. I'm about to put it in strategy now. Downtime activities. Investigate mystery.
Solosis is doing that.
Recruit guild members.
Shell's doing that.
Nope.
Work on the guild.
Marie is doing that.
Explore/forage. And community service.
Well, it sounds like explore/forage is going to be what Seth is going to be doing.
We do need
Which
a
is-
lot of fucking orange berries.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was definitely gonna focus on that
Yeah,
because
but
we need some items.
Seth is
So I actually
going to go out and go pick
forgot-
berries.
Yeah.
But technically, because my
Oh,
stuff
yeah.
changed, I actually do have orange berries. I just was like looking at the old sheet. So currently,
Oh, right.
I also have orange berries, and I elected not to share them.
We found them on the way back.
I
Yeah,
currently have a list. 1 second, hold on. Let me say every single one.
Or the excuse is also that Ichigo left her thing at home.
Yeah.
True.
16 orange berries, 4 cherry berries, 4 pecha berries, 4 raspberries, 1 doob seed, 5 energy
Jesus.
seeds, 2 quick seeds, 4 reviver seeds,
Yeah.
1 roll call orb, and 1 surround orb.
And from what I know, from what I'm like figuring out, I think foraging and exploring would be like you find supplies that you can put into like the guild chest that you could like take on later jobs kind of
Hmm.
thing.
So what do you think that would be like? So it's like the guild storage, basically, for like.
The community storage, like the Kangaskhan statues in the game.
Yeah.
These are the items that you can put away for later. This is your video game chest to store things, and it's like, maybe we should bring some more oran berries with us for this mission. You go to the guild and you can take them out of your guild chest, kind of.
Oh wait, is that what that thing was earlier we saw?
What is
You mean the Kangaskhan statue?
Yeah.
I don't know.
Oh, okay.
Well, okay, considering that we're now taking in mail, perhaps we should recruit a mail expert of some sort, somebody who can process.
They're sending
No,
this.
no, no.
You're getting that for free.
Oh, okay, never mind.
We need
They're sending one over.
For
yeah,
free?
Sending one over. We
Ooh,
need
that was
controllers
easy.
to Protect them.
We've done it.
Question: what does community service do for us again?
Community service improves the guild's standing with the local communities.
Okay.
The bugs.
That's just like you go out to some of the nearby villages or like where all the Pokemon are, and you go, "Hey, we're the guild." You spread the word, and people think better of you, and you're more likely to get other stuff, which I need to work on the math of. But it's just like it's community service. You help people out.
I do a cool backflip, and everyone loves me.
Yeah.
Deal with you. Sorry, you don't have to figure that out.
This is still all kind of still like a work in progress from like adapting the system. Let's.
That might be something to figure out later. 'Cause
I think it would be one of those things where like you can like put forward a skill
how would you
and
help
to like
me
figure
then?
out how you do it, and I can say, oh, maybe.
That makes sense.
Like I seem to recall last time I think one of you did it where it was just like kind of like showing off,
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah, I vaguely remember that.
being like like look how cool we are.
I'm pretty sure it was Lamp.
Yeah. Didn't you fail?
I don't think Lamp would have tried showing off, but they did fail on recruiting people multiple times and was repeatedly chased by birds.
I just remembered the failure. Sorry, I
Yeah.
remembered you doing something really lame, and I was like, was it showing off or was it getting chased by birds?
Did we have to roll to build the facility, or does that just happen?
That is a thing that just kind of like you spend your downtime and you do this. It's a guarantee, because it's otherwise it's just kind of like I'm not sure what the results of rolling would be, and it's just one of those things where it's like you use your time to do this thing.
Yeah. I like that.
You gain no resources other than the ability to get more resources in the future.
Okay, yeah, that's a good point of phrasing it. Yeah.
Who wants to go first?
I guess so. Mareep is aware that we need to have more. We're gonna get a lot of these flying type recruits to complete this next objective. So Mareep, I guess primarily they are spending time, and so like the Heroes Guild is like built into a cliffside. That's how it was, right? Basically.
Yeah, it's basically at the far at the end of a valley.
Then what I guess what Mareep is going to try and do is like build, like spend time like carving out like a or at least I guess like setting up a
And I will kind of think part of this is also kind of like you can either set up new stuff, but it's also like the guild is old and unused and decayed, and so you can also like find and like repair all older parts of the guild to like reestablish them.
Exactly. I want to imagine that like Mareep found like one room that like they know is kind of like on like more on the second level, and they're like, I bet I know this is the perfect spot. Like they kind of reason out the spatial spots, and like they they spend like a whole while like putting like tearing open one of like the walls to like the outside world on it, and is basically like building like a little balcony spot out of this second level room that is like hopefully plentifully open enough that like a flying type could literally just land on this balcony and like step inside, and now they are in the flying type roost.
Okay.
Yeah. An airy.
Pretty much, yeah.
And
Lots
like,
of just,
I
like-
bet you could set up like I bet you could take a lot of from Bravery's room where they had like the perches and stuff.
Oh yeah, but yeah. Mareep is probably working with a lot of that inspiration. They're just, and like visually, this is just a lot. It's probably almost comedic looking, where it's like they hammer their tool in and then like have to like physically use like a rope to like tug things away, like or like tear them down, and all this other shit.
You know, I bet you could get like Matang and some of the others to help you too. Like, 'cause I know
That's
it's
true,
like a
actually.
downtime.
Yeah,
You
Matang's
do
sitting
have-
around.
You do have phalanx whose one of their job is that they are a laborer.
Yeah.
Then yeah, it's definitely a thing of like Mareep is definitely trying to physically help, but is like directing those two to like move things around and like get things laid out and things like that. So yeah,
Up.
Mareep, and then I wonder how Phalanx would feel about Mareep trying to lead their march down a hallway.
Stop embarrassing it. Me.
That's my job.
Stop it.
Hold on. Marie actually better at it than a phalanx. Slightly.
Stop. You're embarrassing me. Please.
You guys can't know this.
You're embarrassing yourself.
I have a question.
Yes.
Ichiko, you can fly. Do you move to the flying type dormitory, or do you stay in the general pop with us?
I don't fly very far. Flying asterisk. Although my character
Okay.
sheet.
As a flying type, you can use it though.
Yeah.
It's up to you. It's just I
Okay,
like
In case we have to kick you out, so that we can put a fucking Diglett in ours.
Do you like the Diglett more than me?
Would you still love me if I was a Diglett?
Yes, I would love you more if you were a Diglett. Now
What
go
the
in
fuck?
flying type dorm. Sleep outside. That's it. Get on top of the fridge.
It's just a fucking nightmare!
I'll never forget someone saying that they really hope that Diglett's gets a the Diglett line gets a mega evolution that's just a hand poking out of the ground.
Oh!
It's
Oh
my
my
favorite being
God.
of Diglett.
Oh, no.
Yeah. So you build out the roost, the airy.
Freaking an entire day, you guys will witness Mareep and Phalanx and Matang doing a little celebratory dance outside there.
Cute.
I don't have feed.
I will say, I do think it is important for Shell to go early because Ichigo's thing relies on Shell being successful or unsuccessful.
Now that we
We also have more
have
slots.
updates for them.
How many slots does the Bruce give us? Just 5 flying type?
It says that it's brand new. It gives you 5 slots, but those are 5 slots for flying types.
Yay, so we have 5 flying type slots. And 2 normal ones.
Let's can creep back into the general
Well,
dormitory.
I will say the the post representative will be a flying type.
Yes. Okay. So four,
4 slots.
and then 3 normal slots.
Remind me how recruiting down versus up is. It's like if you recruit down, you're guaranteed to get people who can work well together. If I remember.
Yes, basically like the more people you recruit, you can like build a team out of. So like if you recruit 3 people, you can get like, well, there's a team right away. But if you recruit like 1 skilled Pokemon, it's like, well, they're skilled, but it's 1.
I'd say we want at least a team, because that's a patrol and it's a team of like of flying types, you know. And you said Jill, or not sorry, Jill, Audrey, did you say that they could advance over time, or we could train them? Ooh,
Yeah.
Is that a downtime activity, training recruits?
I kind of had a feeling it was.
I'll add that on. Because it can also be training and also like for them like doing jobs.
Like they can come in and stuff, but like
Recruit training /
I feel like the team makes sense not only from just it makes sense for a number of reasons. One of it is like it is literally covering more ground, but also like part of their job description is going to be like, if you encounter something blocking up the air, we are expecting you to fight and beat it away. And it's like, in that situation, it is nice to just have raw numbers.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, I think especially if they can get stronger, and I think it's very important that they all work well together. Go out. Do we want to do? Chill. Go out and recruit. I believe in you. We send the baby.
Get that baby out of here.
I will absolutely succeed in my duties, and no one will question my
Authority.
authority
See, because it's 12.
and mission.
Forgetting the word authority is a good start.
I think the way that I'll at least think of it now is that so like the maximum you can roll is 12.
Yeah.
For every 3 you get, you can recruit a Pokemon.
Okay.
Oh, including below 6, which is failure.
Let me figure. Well, because it's like, well, if it's a 6, then you just get 2, and for every 2 you can recruit, you can get 1 skilled.
Okay,
So
yeah.
Even if, okay, so you will
So the
come
max-
back with somebody.
So the maximum you could get is
So-
2. Fuck, I missed it.
I'm assuming because I have 2 in convince, I just roll 2d6 plus 2.
Yes.
Correct.
Or maybe it was every 2 points.
It would make sense because it's like an average roll would be 9-ish, 7 or
Yeah.
9, and then you would come back with 3 people, which is a fair bit for like 1 week
And then you
of
can-
chilling around.
And then like a skilled takes like 2 points, and like an exceptionally skilled would take like 3 points to get like 1 really skilled Pokemon.
I can see that.
Okay.
So how much does an 11 get? Oh.
Wow.
So we got 4 people.
I don't think we need
So
to
you
would
have
still be
so that
3.
is 4 points. So a
Right.
basic is the basic thing of it is like a basic is 1 point, a skilled is 2 points, and then like an exceptionally skilled Pokemon is 3 points.
I have a recommendation.
Yeah, go ahead.
2 basics and a skill for a leader. That's a good little team, don't we think?
Now I will
think so.
ask what like habitat do you look for? Do you do your recruitment in?
We're looking for flying
Yeah,
types.
I was thinking about that.
Just the nearby like the nearby woods? Do you go to the savannah? Do you go to the plains? Do you go to the gloomy grove, the sinister woods? Do you go up into the mountains?
Oh yeah, wasn't there actual habitat set information in this system?
Oh,
Yeah.
was there?
Yes.
If you know that, that would that was a very Skinner yes right there.
Yes. Yes.
Where's
Yes.
the
Intentional.
narrator?
I mean, it's a sheet that I have right here. Let me pull it up.
We're the flying
Oh my
types.
god. It's expired. Okay.
because I believe just offhand Audrey knowledge, like flying types live everywhere because they're
Yeah.
birds.
Okay,
Yeah.
so
Birds.
Just like like mountains, you're gonna get more rugged flying types. The forests, you're gonna get more like general flying types, like your Pidgeys, your Pidgeotos.
I don't want that one. Get a different one.
What would you want to have recruited?
Well,
yeah.
since we're worried about like protection of the skies, I think it would be a good idea to get more skilled Pokemon than numbers, if that makes sense.
I think we need a team
Sure.
at the very least. I think at least 3. I think you can
So,
shoot in a skilled one because you rolled so well.
but I'll reiterate. What habitat do you look for? Do you look in?
This is a good question because we've gone to the mountain before, right? And did we?
Where haven't we gone? Where's someone we haven't gone?
Well,
That's kind of what I'm.
You pretty much haven't gone anywhere like.
oh, there's no mountain biome on this list, is there?
Is there not? Coastal deserts, tundras, barren areas, tropical wastelands and barren areas, rivers and lakes, oceans, warm oceans, cold oceans, lakes, rare Pokemon. Pokemon can live anywhere. Yeah, no, there isn't. That's weird.
Sorry, rock types. Fuck
I
you.
guess
This
Just
is
tell me-
Minecraft Flat Worlds here.
I guess they consider that like just because its elevation is extreme doesn't mean it's necessarily a new environment. Because there's tropical mountains, there's snowy mountains.
Yeah.
Mhm. Like, are you wanting like a Noctowl? Are you wanting Pidgeys? Like, what Pokemon are you looking for? What in your heart of hearts do you want?
Well, let's see what we got so far again. Let me double check.
Because you haven't really like looked around Ahiahi, the Gloomy Grove, the Sinister Woods, the Coastal Forest, the Stormwatch Mountains. You have the Windswept Plains. You have the Placid Plains.
We have a Ninetales, we have an Absol, we have a Metang, we have a Phalanx, we have whatever the birds, Veil birds coming, whatever they're gonna be. Hopefully a Delibird.
They are going to be you are getting a Delibird.
Yay!
Yay!
I'm going in their sack.
What?
I'm going in their
I
sack.
think-
You heard me.
There is one Pokemon I might like from sheer biased reasons.
Yeah.
Oricorio.
Oricorio is very
Oricorio.
fun.
Yeah, hang on.
They can fly, right?
They
Delibird.
should.
They're
I
a bird.
would hope so.
Which one though? Which one though?
They like to swap for obvious reasons.
Well,
Why
if
my
we
bias?
get them nectars, they can swap whenever they want.
Exactly.
I'll admit, Jill, I was like, yeah, Oricorio's really pretty. I can see why that's Jill's favorite. Oh, now
No.
Tropical areas and temperate rainforest.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah, we haven't really looked in those spaces. So, yeah, and actually, for getting a Delibird,
Or
that's like
temperate forest.
You better not find that fucking toucan. I swear to God.
That would
the fucking bird that I
be
hate.
the Sinister Woods.
Oh, sinister.
okay. Well,
Hang on, what's
let's-
temperate forest? Temperate forest is located mid-latitude, which they are found between polar regions and the tropics. Yeah, I've just put that in the Sinister Woods. It
Okay,
lines up with a
I-
bunch of the other Pokemon.
Scary.
I actually want to like justify my pick, or more than my obvious bias in that I like the idea that the nectar, the different forms help the Oricorio with different environments because the typing does change. The typing does literally change.
That's
Um,
true.
You
From the
recruited
connect-
Answer.
I
This is an all-terrain vehicle Pokemon.
I would put Oricorio. Well, do you want Oricorio is a weird one because it's a single stage.
That is true.
Yeah.
Do you want Oricorio to be your skilled or a more powerful Oricorio, or do you want it to be one of the basics?
I'm fine with it being one of the more basics.
Yeah.
Is there any other bugs, or not bugs, flying types in the tropical area?
Apparently.
Well, you're looking. No,
Forest
it's the temperate forest that we're looking at.
Oh, temperate
Yeah.
forest.
There's bugs that live there.
Well,
Many
yeah,
bugs.
Yeah.
The other flying types.
Okay.
Let's get a ninjask.
Ladybug. Heracross. Other Scyther.
We can't do that to our guy. Oh yeah, there's Oricorio there.
I mean, they. Go, everything.
They was talking.
Talking.
What's the flying type?
Let's see. Not many. Rowlet
Oh,
Rowlet?
Rowlet.
and the Rowlet
That
line.
ain't bad. That ain't
Yeah.
bad.
Rowlet is
Gyarados can fly.
like a good one for the
Or
skills to be the what's the evolution of Rowlet? The
Dartrix.
The Dartrix, yeah. Because that could be your skills, right?
Yeah, the one that looks uncomfortably like Edgeworth.
Cramorant.
I don't want.
Cramorant lives in temperate forest.
No, I was just thinking of flying Pokemon I'd want.
Oh, Black Betty.
What?
Yeah, there's. I think
freak out of here.
Bombardier is cool too.
Hey, Cramorant, how do you exist in a Pokemon mission?
Oh,
I like eating people. What? I like to eat people.
I like to eat Pikachu! Specifically!
Okay, I think we're gonna leave you here.
Hello! I'm gonna follow you!
yeah, the it looks like the temperate forest doesn't have a lot for. I would probably put like Hoot Hoot in a temperate forest.
I see.
Ooh, Noctowl.
Oh, we already have
I
one!
want
We
a Noctowl instead.
already have
Love
one!
'em. I love Noctowl.
So basically the owls.
Ooh.
Okay, let me take a look at the owls.
We can get the
So there's like Hoot Hoot, Noctowl, Rowlet, and Dartrix.
Gliscor.
Dartrix is the evolved form of Rowlet.
Oh, right. Well, do we have two skill? How many people are we getting right now? Yeah,
Two basics, one skilled, you said?
Yeah, that sounds
Yeah, I
good.
think that's what you had agreed on.
That's
'Cause you have
that's
4
a team.
points.
That's a team of 3.
Yeah, I'm fine with a Dartrix for skilled.
May I advocate?
Okay.
For Noctowl to be skilled,
I like
and we have
Skarmory.
a Rowlet as one of our basics. Just because they're cute.
Don't we already have a Noctowl boss?
Yeah, that's what I kept saying.
Oh, right, you're right. Never mind. I'm a dummy.
You forgot about our old fuck. He's on the map.
He's old fuck.
The map.
I'm
Okay,
old fuck!
Okay, our Dartrix.
Nothing. There is also nothing stopping you from getting multiple Oricorios.
That's true.
Yeah, you did.
Yes, let's get 2 basic Oricorios and they keep swapping. They're like twins, but they keep swapping between nectars.
Yeah.
Not twinsies.
Yes.
'Cause we're
Two
different.
Oricorios and a Diatrix.
I think that's so fun.
Dartrix.
Dartrix.
Aw, damn it. I'm
And
never
Diet
gonna
Coke.
remember that.
And Diet
We
Coke.
need to give them a name.
Okay, because that was.
I really like Oricorios being like the all-terrain vehicle messengers. I don't know, that's so cute to me. And Dartrix, I forget the pronunciation. That's for good protection.
Yeah, that seems really good.
Yeah.
Ow. Sorry, my eye.
Yeah, and I guess that's what Shell does.
That's what
Oh.
Chill said.
Just puts on such a good like flying types, hear my cry. The mailing service has been compromised. People keep attacking the tree. We need help. We need assistance to get mail everywhere. Imagine a world without mail. How terrible that would be. With your help, we can deliver packages and other things safely to everyone across the region, and no one will go mailless ever again.
What did you say, Queen?
Then arguably it'd be female.
And also, you'll get benefits in union.
And then they pop out of the bushes. Ooh,
Benefits?
benefits.
Free dental.
So long, dental plan.
God, I fucking wish I had free dental.
Wait,
God.
no, hold on. Wait, that's so incredibly funny. You say free dental because they have beaks.
Dental plan.
Dental plan.
Man.
Koyo comes up and is like,
That
"So
was-
nice to join you all," and then flashes a smile. There are teeth underneath.
Shell needs braces. Dental plan. Shell needs braces.
Shell was like trying to be sneaky, and then she went, "No!" Well, it
Ooh,
works.
dental plan. Ooh. I'm being Dartrix.
Thank God. I want our Dartrix to be like shiny and even more uncomfortably like Edgeworth.
Oh wait, Octo, you're
Oh,
Dartrix.
God.
So you now have 16 members of the guild.
Yay. Do we feel like that's enough flying types, or do we need Ichigo to also go crew?
I'm marking them down on the list. Pokemon with bold names are skilled. Pokemon with italic names are basic, and Pokemon who don't have either, who just have like regular text, are like just like basically non-combatants or like serve other functions.
Well, we have only one more slot in the thing for a flying type.
Is there a way to make sure for later that we know who is a team? Like, can we mark them down as like?
I have like
flying
Oricorio,
patrol?
Dartrix, or the Oricorios and Dartrix marked as flying patrol.
Okay.
Nice.
And if
Okay,
we get
cool.
more flying patrols, I can like mark like flying patrol A, flying patrol B type of thing.
Beautiful. Thank you.
Just a never-ending parade of Oricorios.
So many Oricorios. I like to think they can all dance, and they were originally a dancing troupe that you have now recruited.
Enough Oricorios changing color that it achieves the caramel dance in the light show effect in this room.
All right, that is a
the carbinks are like the one that's passed out on the ground as it goes on in the background. Okay, good.
3 more members recruited. I got 1, 2, 3.
Yeah.
I got an A+ in recruiting people. Something that's both reasonable to desire and possible to achieve.
All right, you recruit your first flying patrol.
Nice.
Dental
I'm
plan.
gonna change it to Sky Patrol because that's cooler.
That's good. That's cooler.
Yes.
I like to think we like change it on the spot. Like we say that.
I feel like one team is probably enough.
Shit.
Probably just because
We'll
it also
see.
doesn't like overwhelm us with too many people at once.
Mhm.
No, say with a Sky Patrol setup, you have at least established like local mail.
Yeah.
Yay! Oh, beautiful.
Anything further than basically anything further north than than Gloomy Grove is kind of off the list. Just kind of like a general, like a very kind of small area that like one team can provide coverage for.
Mhm.
Oh, so if we recruited more, we could get further mail.
And if the guild like establishes more like general, like even just like land control, like being able to spread out and control danger.
Yeah, we don't really have. We have a lot of skilled people that aren't necessarily like. I guess Matang we can send out, and he's out and bumping around and like potentially like doing a mission by himself. But we don't actually have a. We should probably, when we recruit in the future, focus on getting or forming a team,
Mhm.
or force Matang Phalanx and Ninetales to Thank you. Yeah, that's his job. I appreciate that Ninetales. We don't need an artist. An artist is not necessarily helpful, but we have an artist because Ninetales volunteered.
We need an advertising person.
Yeah, actually. That's the worst.
All right. So, who would like to go next?
We've done the recruiting. I'll do the lore.
Okay.
Yeah, I want to know about that.
So you're investigating a mystery. I would say probably, depending on the angle you're going for, go ahead and roll. You're like either the mythology or Pokemon knowledge.
Are you investigating carvings or Lugia, by the way?
I think it's gonna be carving, so I'm gonna go Pokemon knowledge.
Okay.
Because as much as I was able to do history, my mic. I don't think I can history all the way. I think I need to look at other Pokemon, so I'm gonna Pokemon knowledge.
Yeah.
Knowledge.
Oh,
it
science
is.
is boosting away in the lab. I thought if we like go to a lab or something, or like if we built out the library, we could
Yeah.
Lord.
You get one question, and I will give you an answer that may or may not be truthful.
Oh, God.
For Solosis's, the earlier theorem that I had about Solosis's heartbeats being tied to their movement. Do Solosis show any sign of, like, having to migrate?
Me carvings?
Carving, sorry.
So any need to having to migrate. Usually no, but you're pretty sure they're mostly sedentary.
Okay.
Like rocks.
It rocks. I get
Rocks!
Great news, everyone.
No one's here. We're all doing
Oh.
stuff.
Goes back into the room and whispers to the Karvik on the floor.
Great news. You are sedentary.
Carving does not answer.
Beautiful.
Fucking Amazing Digital Circus episode 2. Okay, I won't.
Yeah, that's as I rolled very badly. That's the best I can do.
Yeah, that's fair.
Wait, Ichigo's still here. What are you doing?
Oh. From what I've concluded, according to the facts and looking at this thing's anatomy, they seem to have no reason to migrate. They are mostly sedentary species.
Yes, they are rocks.
Yes, they are rocks.
Yes.
Yes.
Good work.
Thank you. Good luck.
And what's Ichigo up to?
I don't know. What do I? Do I have
Fucking his
to?
penis.
They penis.
Fucking the
I mean,
fucking the
they-
penis.
I mean, does Ichigo want to take a crack at helping
Do it- I was- Well, do we need any more recruits? Are we good?
Or they could build another facility. I mean, I guess. I
We
feel
have
like
we have lots of
building-
room.
Yeah, we do. If you could find a doctor, like a real doctor, that wouldn't be the worst thing in the world.
I know what doctors look like. I will find a doctor.
Where do you go looking for a doctor?
Shell once again crying, sobbing, throwing lollipops and band-aids at the wall.
Doctor. Where do doctors like to live?
Doctor store.
Doctors.
Do we want to
Look
like
for cherry
is this like
trees.
the Chansey that we're looking for? Is that
Doctors live.
That's why they have that Red Cross thing. There's always a plus amount of that.
Oh my god.
Doctors live near water.
They need that
Maybe
for
not.
washing
They need
their
that
hands.
for washing their hands. Ichigo's gonna go somewhere with his water.
Oh my
Which would be the
god.
one place where the doctors are feral.
Bring back the feral doctors. I found some.
Ah!
Bring back Shell's parents. It's just
What? I cured
Okay.
them. Huh?
Very amused at the image of like someone getting savaged by a Pokemon, but after it's done, they stand up like, "Oh, I feel much better."
This is a Guilty Gear character.
Oh my god, it is.
Yeah.
Where's the list of
We recruit just Guilty Gear Faust. It was
Just
just a
recruit
JPEG
Faust.
of Guilty Gear Faust.
Where's the list of
Blissey can live
unedited.
anywhere.
Where's the list of environments again?
Pokemon by habitat. I have it pulled up. Chansey and Chansey actually isn't on the list, but Blissey is listed as a Pokemon that can live anywhere, so I put Chansey there too.
I go to the water and there's a chance. Ah.
Anywhere except I think it says anywhere except anywhere other than oceans.
Well, he's not gonna.
Boiling
Ichigo's not gonna look in the ocean.
I am so sorry for what I'm about to say, but you walk up and see a Blissey in the area and go, I see there are fat milfs in this area.
I mean, yeah, I
I
don't.
found them.
I will tell you.
Located.
I will tell you. Ichigo is not familiar with Chanseys, so that they would probably say something to that effect.
Ichigo is not familiar with MILFs.
No,
go
they
ahead
are.
And roll.
Oh, you look like you lactate.
Hmm.
Okay, do
What-
good. 'cause
what-
I think
what am I
Ray
ro-
would be a
uh,
very
it's
good-
convince,
good
right?
doctor.
It can be convinced. Yep.
Oh wait, is it what else
you
could
could
it be?
try and intimidate people to join in.
Oh, I don't.
Press gang them.
Well, I mean, everything I have is mainly one except for awareness. I
All
can be
the
aware. I can be
coolest
aware that
doctors.
there's a doctor.
All the coolest doctors are joining in.
Yeah,
Peer pressure.
intimidate and convince are. I both have one in, so it doesn't really matter.
All right.
You
Go
think
ahead.
about it.
Oh, hold on. Shit, I just fucked it all up. Oh, there we go. No, where's plus sign? Plus sign. There it is. Oh,
Equals very yes.
that was a bad roll.
6. So that's enough for 2 basic or 1 skilled. If you want a Chansey, it's gonna be a skilled, or you could get 2 Happini.
Happini.
What other Pokemon are known for healing? There's Audino, Hatena, Spritzy, Blossom. All have the healer ability.
I'm. Hold on. Oh, thank you, Zerals, for the follow. I kind of want to check out my funny list because maybe Ichigo will like try to. I don't know if there is a healer Pokemon on there. I just realized because if Ichigo was like, I need to find a healer. I am familiar with a certain set of Pokemon. Otherwise, I don't know if they're healers. I don't think I have a healer actually. Oopsies. No one's getting healed on Ichigo's island. Uh-oh.
Please swallow berries and get over it.
Yeah.
Pokemon
And there's always
never-
like Comfey. There's the Palmy, Palmo, and Palmot.
Sorry, my brain just fucking died when you started.
Yeah, I forgot about the Paul line. They are healers.
Are
Like
they
that's their big thing now.
What?
Yeah, when they die, they revive a Pokemon. It's wild. Or no,
They have an
ability.
attack that does it.
Yeah.
I really like they're like the current gen's Pika clones. I really like them. I think they're really cute.
What was the thing before you said the paw
Well,
line?
Which one are those the ones with like the kind of haircut
They're,
looking
they're
thing?
the Pikachu of the gen.
I will say there's something about having your healer be someone who faints to heal someone that seems a little dangerous.
Nah, that's fine. Good work ethic.
I my vote's for Chansey, but
The one I said before that was a Comfey.
Yeah.
Comfey? The, like the
Comfey.
weird little
Yeah,
like
yeah, the
Yeah,
lay.
the
flower one.
lays, right?
Come.
The lay.
You want to know why this design is good, Piffle? It's because it's Fat Pikachu again.
It's a classic.
So
Classic.
true.
I do wish they were a little different on the evolution. It's a little.
Yeah, that was my
they're-
big complaint about them. Is like the evolutions don't feel very different.
Yeah, I still think they're nice.
No, they're
I
cute.
think
They're
they're neat.
very cute. Yeah.
Are they skilled doctors?
They
they
could
They
be.
can be. Yeah, anyone can be.
Look at their faces. That's just a
Even-
defibrillator built in.
Shuckle makes medicine in its shell.
Oh my goodness.
I'm so full of medicine.
What about a Miltank?
Miltank, yes, they literally
Yeah.
heal other Pokemon.
Okay.
It's one of their main attacks.
Ichigo would be familiar with Miltank. So they will.
Yay.
Would that
Oh,
be
no.
skilled?
Miltank. Where they live in the grasslands. You can find some. Yeah, the Miltank. I think a Miltank would be a skilled Pokemon.
Okay, yeah, that sounds. You secrete.
I want the Miltank
I
to
like
just
where
sock
this is
you in the
going.
face.
Ow. Was that the wrong word?
All right, so you manage to recruit a healer.
Hooray. Miltank.
Question.
You secrete? Yes, I do.
I do. Fantastic. Come with me.
Hell yeah,
I-
sister. I mean they.
I was just like, it'd be funny if they were outraged, but it would even be weirder if they were just totally into it. Fuck yeah, I secrete.
I have
Finally, someone asks.
I have a
Miltank.
friend who'll be overjoyed to hear this because, like, they actually do genuinely like Miltank as a Pokemon. And it's
Miltank's
just, they're
alright.
constantly accosted and like ashamed by like the way the internet treats Miltank.
Miltank's cool.
That's fair.
Totally
It
understandable.
also
That's
doesn't
so
help
fair.
that Miltank infamous rollout from whatever
Yeah.
her fuck's name is.
That
Tank. Alright.
it's that fucking boss that is only difficult because everyone was stupid children when they played the game and didn't know how Pokemon worked.
Yeah.
No, it's still hard. Don't shame me.
There's a cave before the city where you can get rock types, and there's a guy who will trade you
I
a
didn't-
shop in the city.
I don't want them. I just wanted Cyndaquil. That's all I need. I just need Cyndaquil. He's my
You
friend.
can get Dig in an area immediately to the north, which completely destroys rollout. Anyway, you get a Miltank.
Hooray.
You now have a doctor.
That's actually probably a really good thing to have.
Hooray.
You're now up to 17
Secrete
guild
on
members.
secrete on this Carbink. Oh,
Um,
okay.
Can I have a suggestion for how foraging could work?
Sure.
I'm noticing we have now like a very nice list of items that have all cost values that are like could be natural items or even just found. What if it was something like a p value times the roll or something and then you could like kind of like pick and choose. So like if you roll 2 1s, you'd have 20 p, like maybe 10 times the roll, right? With maybe a crit could do more or something. You could find something
Sure.
really cool
I think
where-
I understand where you're
Yeah.
getting. I think I agree. I think I think that's neat.
Yeah, like a crit, you can get like one rare item. I don't know, but like then I could get like, oh, I can get a bunch. If I roll well, I could get a bunch of orange berries, or I could get, kind of pick and choose from like either the
Mhm.
natural things, or I don't know, but that feels like we have a nice cost system here that seems like a very good way to naturally
Yeah, that makes sense.
segue from. And the other way is I don't know. There's like a find items in the dungeon, and we could look at that. but I was having trouble.
Yeah, that is another one. The forage.
Yeah.
The actual forage thing. There is of course also the homesteading.
Oh well, but the
That's a whole other
wasn't
thing that we didn't want to
actually
use.
very-
Where is the foraging list? That's mostly for dungeons.
Yeah, and I think but the thing with the foraging list on that is it has to do with like time, and not necessarily like this where it's one thing. But I would like to look at it to see what like kinds of items you can get, and maybe
So
have that.
it
be a
lists things
guide.
as minor
Yeah.
items or major items. I guess I don't know.
I'm just looking at the narrator's guide, and it has like a bunch of items with lists of things.
Yes, yeah. I guess I don't know how it defines minor or major. Hold on, let's see. Minor item. Kind of only lists them there.
Where is the? Is it in the player's guide where the dungeon foraging?
Yes, it's up near the top-ish, kind of.
Okay. Hold on. Up near the topish. What does that say?
Hold on. Let me get back up there.
Yeah.
It is-
Oh, you don't find anything, and you find a minor item. It takes 2d6 minutes. You find a minor item or a major item.
I'm a fan, I think, of rolling the 2d6 and like times the result by 5, and you get that many like
Points.
money
start
worth
out.
of things to expend on resources.
Mhm,
Me
mhm.
too. It feels natural. Like it.
Okay.
It's
So let's do
very-
that.
Okay. Do you mind if I Noodle runs off into the forest and's like, leave it to me, boss. And I'm gonna roll 2d6 and see how I do. +2. Lotus, please don't step on my dice when I'm finally using my real dice.
Mhm.
Okay, a 5 and a 3 plus 2. So 10.
So 50 points.
50 points!
So go ahead and make a shopping list while Queen, Zeph, you were foraging as well?
Yeah, chef's
Cool.
out to.
Go ahead and do the same.
What was that roll one more time?
2d6, you roll 2d6 plus any foraging skill, and then you times the result by 5, and you get like that money, like kind of like you get that much fake money to spend on things you find.
Mm-hmm.
And you'll find items in the narrator's guide, and you guys can like make shopping lists and look through it and compile a list like between games. I think we're kind of wrapping up soon.
Mhm,
Yeah.
mhm.
That's 8 times
Can
5,
I ask
40.
why times 5?
Yeah.
And then I use the 40 points for one more time.
So in the narrator's guide, there's like one of the first things is like a list of items.
Hmm.
And so like you basically have 40 money to buy items there. That, like these are the things you
Okay.
find.
Cool. Thank
Yeah.
you. I have to find the fucking narrator.
That's why I think it's like I think we'll kind of like wrap up here with you guys getting like spending some downtime getting ready to kind of set off in your next big kind of like on your next adventure or like to find a new direction to head in and be and Queen, you and Becca can just like look through the narrator's guide and just compile a list of the things you bought.
I have a question.
Yes.
If we have multiple people foraging, could we combine to get something bigger? Or would this be each individually find, like I would get 2 orange berries and I don't mess with that?
I think it's got to be individual.
Okay.
Just to avoid you guys getting any huge ultra items, right?
Well, I don't think times 5 is going to get us very far, even with.
But I still think I feel like it's balanced. It's like no, you get your roll times 5. And then like you can say that, like you compile, you like work together to find things, but gameplay wise, you cannot combine points.
I like the idea of us setting off together, though.
I don't know what. I don't know what.
Noodle and Seth.
Sorry.
What's
Go on.
that?
No, go on. Mine's not important. If you have something important to say.
Oh, I like the idea of Noodle and Seth setting off into the forest to look for things together.
I was just gonna say I don't know how I got here, but why is such a recurring theme in Mega Miltanks adding more nipples?
Because people are like idiots or like.
Well, it's like not even the joke ones. Like even the non-joke ones are like we gotta add an extra set of nipples because they're mega now. I'm like why? Stop
Just
it!
because it's named Miltank does not mean that its primary thing is milk. The primary part of Miltank is the tank,
Is the
not
tank?
the milk.
There's this other one
We
that's.
should give Miltank steel armor.
There's another one I'm looking at. It's like it doesn't add more nipples, but it makes the existing nipples larger. Why? Stop!
Still.
Anyways,
Yeah. Otherwise, as you guys kind of like go about this and prepare for like the next leg of your journey, I think we'll kind of wrap up here.
wow,
All right.
we're so
Nice to be
fucking
back.
back.
We're
Please.
so fucking and it's so much
Uh,
easier.
And mischievous
I didn't
yawns.
know-
And mischievous yawns and goes, "What happened?"
We reverse their explosion. The explosion gif. They're back.
Miss wakes up and goes, "This is the post office."
and yet, there are 4 birds here now.
Surrounded by
Yeah.
And a milk
Thoroughly
tank.
disorienting experience.
images like. You know when they take pictures of animals from their snout first? That's what Mischievous Vision looks like. Just a bunch of beaks.
Hold on, before we're done, I just got a Steam message
Uh-huh.
that I feel like I'm just. Yo, I want to get web fishing, but I read there's a hacker named the Grincher joining games and causing crashes. Have you experienced that before on there?
Yes.
What?
Oh,
Yeah, that one's
Yeah,
real, actually.
It's a bot that will corrupt save files. Yeah.
Oh, that sucks.
how
What a
rare?
fucking asshole.
How rare is that?
It seems to vary. I know a couple people who've run into him like near daily. I know other people who've never.
So just it's like most online things. It's literally just luck of the draw.
Some guy.
Can you play offline? Do
You can have private rooms.
That that
Oh,
does
then
not stop
you
them.
can. There is a single player option. Does that stop them?
I think so because I don't think that hosts a server.
But it's also like not the point of that game.
Yeah.
It is
Oh,
a
private room sounds
game that is
fun.
fun with friends.
Yeah.
Speaking of game that is fun with friends,
This
I had a
one.
great session, everybody.
Yeah.
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 Oh, it
I'm so
sounded
happy to be
bad.
fucking. I'm so happy to be fucking back.
Yay.
Not
Hopefully,
just
so
with the new
fucking
system.
grateful.
hopefully we'll still be back in 2 weeks.
Mhm,
Yeah,
mhm,
God,
mhm.
please.
Hopefully we will be back playing God's most hated game.
Hooray.
Maybe this was all the bad luck we needed for this entire run, and we'll never miss a session again.
No more month
we- if
break.
we
No
all
more
clap-
month
If
break.
everybody in chat claps and believes, then nobody in here will get sick in 2 weeks.
Yeah, everyone.
If you
Everyone.
believe.
There
Clap
were.
your hands.
Oh, they've all
Clap your
gone. Shit.
Oh.
There was a good amount of people here a second ago, and then I looked away and they disappeared.
It was the Grincher.
As-
Orpheus.
Alice is here though. Thank you for being here. Hope you see.
Orpheus
Hope you
in the
see.
cave looking back. All my followers disappeared.
Hope we'll see you in 2 weeks if we are doing it, which hopefully we will. Hopefully.
Wave. Best of
Knock
luck to
on wood.
us.
Do the sound effects and on the stream.
But